It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We're repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. Stop the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We're repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. Stop the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We're repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. Start the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel that pride. We're repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. Start the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel that pride. We're repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, cheer, cheer. Loud, loud, loud. No one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 cheer. Loud as the crowd. So the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, cheer, cheer. Loud, loud, loud. No one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 cheer. Loud as the crowd.
Yes, good people, big up to all of you. Welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. Welcome back for another edition of the Blue Morning Show. I do hope you're all doing well, and it's a happy day to be a Chelsea fan. Cardiff 1, Chelsea 3. At some point, I was concerned, I have to be honest, because, the changes were too much. And I thought maybe we'll still, maybe bring on the big guns and get it over with. But even when the big guns were on the pitch, I think there were a little bit of issues that got me concerned. But that's, by the way, we won. And it's looking like, definitely we're winning at least one trophy this season. But that's, by the way, I do hope you're all doing well. As you know, it's usually a mashup of the show and news, but there aren't too many news items out there. So what we do is we call it news hunting, but in the end, we end up reading a lot of commentaries about the game from pundits and former footballers alike, and from the players themselves, post-game comments. I do hope you're doing well. Once again, I appreciate you all finding the time to join the conversation. And I'm going to go straight to saying hello to those of you in the chat. And my follower says, Maresca just proved to the board our squad not good enough. If that's how you see it, run with it. Enjoy your life. And I have my bro, Tebegu. Big up to you, my South African bro. I do hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation this particular morning. It's so 4:16 a.m. CST time for me. More likes, people. Yes, we still do beg for likes. We're not a big account yet, but we're getting there gradually. We're getting closer and closer to 30K subscribers. We're currently at 28K subscribers plus. But I appreciate you all finding the time to join the conversation. More importantly, if you can do us a favor, it doesn't take a second, actually. Half a second, boom, you're done. Just drop a like on the video for us, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Ibro Dangwanaya Kike, nice to see you. And I see my brother here. Ibro, I do hope you're doing well. My bro from another mother, Ankit, nice to see you from Almighty Blues FC. I think by now you should know how to trigger the command, but I'll trigger it in a bit. But thank you for finding the time to join the conversation, my bro. He says, "Big up, my brother. Keep the blue flag flying high. Bring on Newcastle. We'll be there." And the good thing is, it's an away game, and it looks like beating people on their home turf or maybe on their carpet is our thing this season, and I am liking it. Let's all hit the like button, people. Up the charts, indeed. I checked and I responded. I told you, send me your email so that I can add the email directly or grant you access directly. Then you complete the sign-up process. But that's, by the way, I appreciate you all finding the time to join the conversation this morning. And I have the captain of the community.
If I approve it, it'll go through, yeah.
Big up to you, the Aussie man. Big up, bro.
I have to approve Tobago first. I'll check him out and then we'll see.
Sorry?
I have to approve Tobago. I have to let him in.
I actually forgot to give you that power that is going to get a lot of people start fighting again. That's, by the way, it was a good win. Garnacho proved to a lot of people that he's a good player. Could have scored a hat-trick, actually. But Dante, your thoughts on the game overall? It was an excellent win, actually, in my opinion.
Yeah, big up, coach.
Big up to you too.
Yeah, good win. Like I said, there will be wholesale changes. I have a feeling he's going to change all 11, and that's exactly what he did. So, look, I would have done the same. Like I said in the previous show, in that it's a calculated risk, but this is the time when you play those players. If it's not working out, you bring some players on at halftime, and by the end of the game, you'll still probably win that game because the quality is there. And teams like that, the second division, third division, really, they fall away to the end usually. They just run a bit of it out of legs. They don't have that exact same physical peak condition like some of the top level sometimes. So it was a calculated risk. He took it and he paid off. We played a lot of players that haven't played, so they're happy. Some came on and who didn't have a good game last game and did very well in Garnacho and Neto, even Joao Pedro as well. So it got those players into form as well as, giving them a bit more confidence as well. So I think it's a successful night overall. Only the one is the goal, conceding the goal, but that's it. The rest, for me, I look at it as a very positive result and
a huge
exactly what I
one. Two wins in a row.
Yeah. It's look, like I said, you got to play those players. Let them play. This is how they're going to get better if you do need them after. They get a bit more confidence, a bit more game time. We've got another one coming up against Charlton in the FA Cup as well, so they'll get some time there as well. So, and a well-timed rest for some of our players as well.
Here's a point you made that I like. You need them sometime, and you need them to be ready. And the way you can say to get them ready is to give them game time in such a game. Here's the main reason why I was concerned about losing that game, or me, is because we struggled of late, irrespective of how whatever reason people think. Whatever they think are the reasons why we struggled of late, I didn't want us to lose that game because it's important we done. But it's a good thing we won. Then 2 wins in a row. I think that changes a lot. It's good for the confidence of the players, and the point you made that I paid attention to, it's important that everybody think about it. These players need to be playing. They need to be ready. So when they're called upon, they'll be match fit. They'll be, you can say, maybe properly integrated. Let's just stick with they'll be ready to play, for lack of a more relatable term. But go ahead.
Yeah, exactly, Coach. They got to feel a bit of love as well. Some of those ones. So it's a whole squad. We haven't had the chance. Well, we did. Maresca has rotated quite a lot earlier on, and then just recently, obviously because of the losses and the build up of a little bit of pressure. Well, we needed to play with more stronger teams and not rely on those, those type of players. But in games like this, I had no doubt, and I knew they're probably going to not do well in the first half. But I was always confident that second half that we will run over them and eventually get the win.
That's when we introduce the big guns, right?
Yeah, and it's gonna make the other players around better as well. Just introducing some of those that know how to make the runs and have a different profile, and just more regulars like Neto, Garnacho. Not a regular for us, but he's been a regular for a long time in the Premier League, especially against these type of teams. So he knows how to play. So yeah, look, like I said, for me, good successful night for everyone involved. For those that haven't played, for those that needed a bit of boost, like from last game, like where from Garnacho, how he had a really bad game, as in finishing only, not the runs, not the movement, not the creation.
And then yesterday he nearly scored a hat trick in just a few minutes.
Exactly. So it was a great save from the keeper. He could have had that one as well. But the two he did take, he kept making those runs, and hard work pays off because you keep making those runs. You're going to get those chances. You're going to put them away because you're going to get more confident. And yeah, that's exactly what he did. So that's why I say it's a successful night for me overall, because some key players like that, even Joao Pedro getting another assist, Neto coming on and scoring as well. It's good they're putting up their numbers as well. And yeah, I think it was a successful night in my opinion all around.
Even Jorgensson did well.
Jorgensson pulled off a crucial save at the start, obviously. So the ball nearly reflected in. He pulled up a great save, and his distribution, well, it's up there with the best in the world. That's never been a complaint. His distribution.
Oh no, that's not. Again, there are other reasons why I'm concerned about him. Nothing about.
You saw the balls he was pushing over the top of everyone, just landing them long balls to everyone's feet. So he had a really great game in that sense. And even though he didn't work too much, because I mean, even though we didn't play well, it's not like they overrun us and created a whole lot of chances. So he didn't really, work too hard. But you got to be switched on. That's probably even harder, to be switched on in those moments, to make a couple of saves when you need to. Well, that's very key. So yeah, he had. That's good. It was good to see him as well. Playing well and back at it as well. So yeah,
I think it'd be accurate to say he's starting to improve in terms of commanding his area. He's not probably, again,
well,
he's
they're
still,
probably working on it, coach. Yeah, they're
yeah,
working
they're
on it.
working on it. Yeah. Let me
Yeah.
catch up with what we have in the chat. Come back to the panel here from Tobejo and Jay. Then something I really would like us to address is um, I don't think the poor showings or the disjointed displays is down to us not having quality on the pitch. I think it's a matter of chemistry, and it's and more. You can say overall,
Obviously, yeah.
too many changes, and when that happens, you see disjointed displays. I don't think it's a matter of quality. We'll talk about that in a bit. But yeah, I've settled you, Tobejo, and I have Brianna Yahayu. Now the owners be like, Enzo, don't leave. We will buy players you requested. Jesus. Okay. My bro, off topic, but just requested access. You just requested access. Okay, I haven't seen yours. I will approve it, and then you should get an email the moment I approve it to go through the process and get it done. What else do we have here? We're struggling currently when away. What? We struggling currently when away. The away form isn't that great. We're the second. We're second in terms of away form. Yeah, maybe you need to take a step back and look at it. Yeah, proud indeed, my brother. Matki Gittins Jorgensson and Bonanote better start saving your dollars because you are borderline trash. My goodness, you're not being fair. And I'm gonna say this again. I would defend. Maybe not. I'm not gonna defend Mike Gee that much, but Gittins, I would defend him. Um, Jorgensen, because of his lack of confidence, I'm concerned about him, but I would defend Gittins from now to Yaba Market, from here to Yaba Market, and not flinch. He will surprise a lot of you. And I'm quite sure you didn't like Garnacho either, but you're seeing the signs are good, which was why when Tobejo nearly, you could say, punched him after he missed a few chances in the last game, I told him that's not fair. At least he's doing things right. He's popping up in the right places. The only thing that didn't go his way, you could argue to some extent he was unlucky because one of the chances he had in the game before the Cardiff game, he made the chances himself by pressing and reading the game very well. And yeah, dispossessing the opponent, but was unlucky not to have found the back of the net. So a lot of people were unfair with him on the day, but that's fine. I know he still proved a lot of people wrong. I know quite tons of Chelsea fans still don't believe in him, but that's why the way I'm not concerned because he will prove them wrong. People go and sub to my bro's YouTube channel, Almighty Blues FC. You will love it, and when I give you such guarantee, trust me, you will. Big up to you too. Nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well, and thank you for joining the conversation. Guy out, Jackson in. Let's see what the club does. Yes, Jorgensen did well, but was about to knock out teammate again. Yeah, that nearly happened. Um, Okay, it's a championship side. If Jorgensen doesn't thrive, it will be a problem. And let me ask you this: if we lose to them, you still raise the argument, why weren't we able to beat the championship side? Yeah. So if we beat them and somebody say good result, you still say, yeah, we're supposed to beat them. They're a championship side. You're damned if you do. You're damned if you don't. So I don't really care how you see it. It was a good win. And remember the last time, I'm quite sure you've heard about that you've heard about the report that it's been, I think, around 20 years plus or how long that we lost one a game there. But that's by the way. Back to the panel. Tabejo, your thoughts on the game overall?
Yeah, big up, guys.
Big up to you too.
Yeah, in the first half, overall we played very well, but our attackers didn't do enough for us to score goals. So as soon as Enzo Maresca made those changes, I think we started to be much better, and Cardiff City couldn't contain us. So overall, it was a good match, and rotation was needed because after this game, we're going to play Aston Villa. Well, I mean, Newcastle, Aston Villa, Man City. So we needed this rotation. So I'm glad Enzo Maresca took this opportunity to rotate these players. And also, I wish we had Lavian Isugo so that they can get minutes as well. But again, they're not here. But overall, it's a good performance. Even though some of our fans wanted us to lose, I don't know why. But anyway, I'm glad we won the game.
Yeah, some of them want us to lose so that there'd be a reason to fire the manager. And shame to them. I'm not sure what else to say. I feel like cursing the life out of them, but I'm not going to do that. I will control myself. I think someday the opportunity will present itself for me to like tell some of them how I feel. And I think I do it in a manner that they look back and regret knowing me. But despite the way, here I'm enjoying, still happy that we won. You can say at the end it wasn't even close, but the truth remains I was concerned at some point, especially after they got that equalizing goal. Because usually the team that gets an equalizing goal, usually they have the momentum. And they had good spells. In patches, in my opinion, they had good spells and had good opportunities too, but I'm just happy we won, and it looks like a trophy Enzo Maresca could win. But let's see what happens here. Bonanote wasn't a Maresca signing. I'm not going to get into that conversation. It was a board signing. Maresca wanted Kenan Yildiz, Kudus, Famin, Xavi Simons. Keep going, and then there's also the Brazilian at Real Madrid. There's also call every add the list. You can say 20 players and say he wanted them all. Stop
Just from
making up.
every team in the top 5 leagues, each player
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah.
exactly. Come on, people. We should be doing a lot better than 8 likes. We have 20 people following the show on YouTube currently, and we are stuck at 9 likes. We should be doing a lot better than that. Moderator John, nice to see you once again. I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation. Yes, people, we should be doing a lot better than 8 likes. I'm happy that Callum Robinson, former Sheffield United and West Brom, and West Bromwich Albion striker didn't score against us. There were a few names that sounded familiar, but I wasn't paying attention because at some point in the game I was nervous. But that's by the way. Let's hear you, Jay, your thoughts on the game overall before we start talking about. And you could, if you tell us your opinion on the game overall, then tell us whether you think the disjointed display we experienced during the first half, or some periods in the game whether in your opinion it was down to lack of quality, or you say lack of chemistry. For me, simple: lack of chemistry, too many changes, and in turn lack of proper chemistry between the players. Or you could just say they're not in this at the same wavelength, in my opinion. But let's hear you, Jay. Do we have Jay there, or maybe he's busy?
It's probably not ready.
All right. I don't know. You've talked about whether the reason for the disjointed display was down to the fact that the players don't have good enough chemistry between them.
Do you want me to go on about that again, Coach? Or
Oh, okay. You have okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, no, you don't have to, but because the truth remains,
already
yeah,
kind of brought it up, but
yeah.
yeah,
The truth
we talked
remains.
about
I
it.
think it'd be accurate to say that yeah, we played with a makeshift 11 and then
Yeah,
started
look,
introducing the big guns. I think that
when
makes a
you're gonna
huge difference. But go ahead.
change that many, of course, it's gonna be of caliber players, and yeah, it is a little bit quality, but most of it is chemistry. So yeah, look, I mean that's where you can expect some of those guys that don't play, hardly played at all. Bonanote hasn't played for a very long time. Even Hato hasn't played for a long time. Achimpong's played a little bit recently. He came in. He did some okay things, but you saw the rawness there that when he tries to dribble with the ball and get out, he lost it so many times. So
he made a lot of mistakes, especially being play. You could say I haven't seen him play in the right back position for us at the right back position, but he played there, right? Didn't he? Yesterday.
Yes, he did in the youths. Yes, in the youth, he's played both. He can play both, no problem. He's played in both in his youth.
But he looked. I don't know. I wouldn't say that I was nervousness, but he was nervous. But he gave the ball away a few times before, but he eventually did grow into the game. But go ahead.
This is one something he needs to work on and fix up, because I've always brought that up. When he dribbles with the ball, he dribbles the ball out really in front of him. Now that's because he's tall, and that's why he's transitioned from a right back to a more centre back, because he's a bit too tall now. So it's harder to keep the ball closer to you. It's going to be out in front of you, and especially when you've got speed and height, well, it's pretty hard to control the ball, and it's going to be far away from your legs. So that's why he's transitioned more to centre back, because he's getting too tall to play that position. So that's one thing he struggles with. Even at centre back, he tries to run out and he gets dispossessed quite a few times because he thinks he can do it, but not really, not anymore. And that's probably just in him because he was a right back for a long time. But once he grew, they moved into centre back. So that happens a lot with the players. Sometimes they play a lot and then they change to get tall and they get another position. And yeah, it happens. But look, yeah, he didn't have a good game, but doesn't matter. He still needs to play, keep playing, get those minutes up. And, like you said, he settled down after and he did okay after. So, yeah, look, a lot of players were very similar to that, disjointed. Some of them, like I said, Gittins probably didn't play that well. After that,
you can say it was a bad night for Gittins.
It's a bad night for him. He looked a bit. I think he took it easy, especially that he took it a bit easy. I can tell some of the challenges, to some of the way he was going in, not to get injured. Sometimes they players do that. They switch off a little bit in these games, especially against lower league opposition, because usually they're quite rough.
But you could argue a subconscious decision, really.
Subconsciously, yeah. And knowing that we've got quality and we're going to probably win the game anyway. And yeah, people say that's not the right thinking, but trust me, it happens. It happens a lot because, when you're used to it, when there's a golfing difference in quality, usually it happens quite a lot, unfortunately, especially up at the higher levels, that they always think that way. So, look, it is what it is. Like I said, a rough start, but I knew we'll be fine. Just like Gittins, he knew we'll be fine, and I knew we'll be fine as well in the end.
All right, we're gonna go news hunting. Address some items. Some of them aren't news items, but we'll still look at them and try to make sense of them. Tabeha, I don't know. Anything else you want to say before we get started with that aspect of the show?
Now, all I can say that I was so disappointed in Jimmy Gittins because for me personally, I just want Jimmy Gittins and Garnacho to challenge each other, to push each other for that position. But at the moment, you can see Garnacho is the front runner for that position. So as much as I like Gittins, I need more from him. So yesterday it was horrible. For me personally, I would have subbed him and left George for that game because George was much better than Gittins.
Yeah. Look, I think they're going back and forth. I think, Gittins was good, then Garnacho came in, was good, then Garnacho was bad, Gittins was good. Then last time Garnacho was bad, Gittins came on, he was really good. And now, so they are still pushing each other. That's not a problem, but they just need to sort out, obviously, the consistency. And they'll get better and better slowly. And I think you saw that. You've seen that already, I think, from both. Yeah, it was a letdown last night, Gittins, but I don't think he took it too seriously. He should be taking it seriously. But like I said, I don't think as a lot of those players in that first half, I don't think they took it too seriously, to be honest. So, they're still pushing each other. Gittins will be just fine, I think. Garnacho, he's probably got the starting position back now. After last game, everyone was saying Garnacho, no, it's got to be Gittins, because Gittins, remember, came on in the substitute and did so well when he came on for Garnacho. So, they're going a bit back and forth, but that's fine. I think they'll be just fine. They'll turn out pretty good. They've already got good numbers anyway, so.
Both do have good numbers, but the consistency is something we haven't seen from either of the two players. But eventually, I believe that will
That's the
happen.
next step.
Rotation hasn't helped.
The rotation, I was going to say, the changes, rotation players, that obviously, but that's the next step. Nailing that consistency down for both of them. That's the next step, and I think they will eventually do that. And I think they still will rotate quite heavily. Maresca will still use both of them quite heavily.
I do agree. Yes, people, keep dropping the likes on the stream. Let's try and get it to 100 likes today. I think we can, but only if you believe we can. Please, as you're coming in, be sure to drop a like on the video and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Namaya Fowale will be the first, aka Cole Palmer, to come and comment, but he will never like the video. But that's, by the way, big up the legends. I am glad we won. I repeat, we must keep Pedro Neto. Remember, this coach needs a back. And so, listen, as this stop being so stubborn, it was nice to see the fans back our coach. As much as I think, I've heard people say the reason being the fact that we've won a couple of away games, but I think that's an emotional aspect of it. What's going on in the media probably led to them, even if they wanted to support him. What's going on in the media in the past few days led to them deciding, okay, let's just do it. In my opinion, it's a good thing.
The away fans, they're good. They're actually good, but most of them are good.
They've always been the best. Yeah,
they've always been good because it's not the ones that normally go. There's some of them, but most of them don't. So it's the more young, the more guys that sing and yell and support. The away fans are always good. So that's no surprise to me. They're always good. Yeah.
All right. Today is Wesley Fofana's birthday. Give me a second here. Big Wes. That's what they call him, right? So
if that's what you want to call him, Coach.
Okay, so so let's celebrate him. Happy birthday to Wesley Fofana. How old is he now?
5.
Yeah, he's 2 years. You can say catching up quickly.
Yeah, still not in his.
Those years he missed are a huge issue, really. Right? That's why I hate using this.
It cuts you off, yeah.
Sorry?
It cuts you off for a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, it does. That is because it drains the life out of the system. Right. Happy birthday once again to Wesley Fofana. What else do we have here? And thank you for reminding me. I did see it on X, but if you didn't remind me, I'd forget. Yesterday was Dennis Weiss's birthday. Happy birthday to him. Happy belated birthday. What else do we have here? I want Fulham to beat of course. Yeah. Let's see. Fofana is 25 years old. He was 21 when we signed him. Is that correct? He's been 4 years at Chelsea? Jeez. Did you notice the coach wearing his Chelsea tracksuit? Yeah, if you're employed, you have to, because he's I'm not sure how else to say it. Katila, do you remember? Let's say Chelsea branded clothes.
That's rubbish.
That's a lie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you see the other one? You say something expert who said he looks like a guy that's looking for a way out. Did you read that rubbish?
Yeah, and he's blinking. His blinking tells us that, Coach.
Oh my goodness. So that's why, anyway, everyone hit the like button and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes do go a long way. Jay, your overall thoughts on the game? Big up to you too.
Okay.
It was nervy, right?
The coach and we all were expecting, and we did that, and that is really important. And this is one of those few tournaments where we can expect to go all the way and clinch one or two trophies this year, and I'm positive uh, about this particular tournament. So it was really good. uh, Overall, wasn't really impressed by the performance. I think whenever you play a team which is slightly higher or lower than you, when there is a gap in quality and money and everything, the size of the club, there is a given expectation that comes with it, and people are expecting for those expectations to be fulfilled, and we did not really do that. Uh, the first half was poor for me. I think for whatever reason we can argue, but yeah, the quality and
No, it wasn't
uh,
even Bonanet to gave the ball away a couple of times. Josh
yeah,
D. There weren't no chemistry. More importantly, I think that was the
wasn't
reason.
chemistry. They couldn't really stitch two, three passes together.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
possession was lost after every few seconds, and it was very chaotic. The calmness that we usually see on the pitch with the main players, it wasn't there. It is kind of expected, but some of the particular actions by some individuals were shocking. I was
You
really,
saying
really,
just quickly, Jay? You saying it was kind of expected? Tells me you believe one of the main reasons why that was the case was the amount of changes the manager made. Am I
yeah, to
correct?
some extent, extent, I can
Oh,
give you the
in my
example like
opinion,
the
to
second
some
half.
a considerable extent.
Yeah, like the second half of that match, I was expecting that similar performance from the first half with all those, changes. The second half wasn't really pretty if we look, closely. It was a job that we did, but it wasn't really satisfying or pretty. But still, they got the goals, right? And that is what I was expecting from the bench 11. If I say that, I thought they will get the goal. Won't impress really that much, but they weren't really able to get that. The whole forward line was really poor, and they were struggling a lot. Uh, some of the individual players, I was impressed with how Bonanote really picked himself in the second half. I think as bad he was in the first half, he really improved himself or did some justice to his performances in the second half.
I mean, he
And I
got an
will
assist.
he did, and he was looking really energetic. He was putting himself in the right positions. He was trying a lot of things in the second half, and I will give credit to the two wingers, Garnacho and Neto, for that also, because your surrounding players do uplift your overall game also, and I think that was the main issue maybe for Bonanote. Gittins was also not impressive. I think he should have taken the chance, the opportunity that he got. These are the type of games where we are expecting him to perform and really put a statement, but unfortunately he couldn't do that. Looked really not really up for the task. It feels he wasn't really looking motivated. Yeah, that was poor. I would say George was a bit better than Gittins, which is a bad statement to make about Gittins.
What do you make of Josh's overall performance on the day?
Jaws, look, I'm a fan of the guy. I think, but I will be honest, he did some good things and he did some bad things as well. He was shaky at a few moments in the first half, and I think even in the second half there were moments where he struggled a bit. But yeah, overall, I think that was a decent performances. He was going good, but then the overall game was kind of uh, taken a bit to mediocre level because of the few mistakes that he did, and we were lucky to escape a goal or two. Uh, because of him also. So yeah, overall, I wasn't really impressed with a lot of players. So it will be a thing to really say that who was more bad than the other rather than who was good.
It's that sort of game. That first half, that sort of game. Given the amount of changes the manager made, it is that sort of game that I find it difficult to start singling out, isolating, or maybe you start you could say critiquing players in isolation. Uh, that's because the changes itself is enough to lead to such disjointed display. But the most important thing is that we won, and 2 wins in a row. I think that changes a
Yeah.
lot for us.
The,
And this, we're talking about this happening in December. Yeah,
yeah. The
you know.
main argument that I want to make from yesterday's game, the general thing that I was able to see, which we do see from time to time whenever such a environment is placed, like the opportunity is given to the bench players or the squad players, and it was
Mhm.
shocking. I feel bad for Maresca. Feel I feel really uh, mm, sympathetic for him. I think he is doing a job with the quality that we saw yesterday. Yes, we can argue that the chemistry is not there. The players may be good, but the chemistry is not there because they haven't played that much. And why haven't they played that much? Because Maresca don't trust them to do the job enough, so they haven't really got the opportunities. Which comes back to the argument that the players that were given to him by the sporting directors weren't up to the level which could do the job really easily and in a manner which is deserved for a club like Chelsea.
I understand where you're coming from. I'm just going to stick with the lack of chemistry between them. Honestly, I don't want to look beyond that because I still, you and I, we differ in that aspect. I still do believe we have good quality. It's only a matter of time. Everybody will see that. Maybe again, certainly some of them still have do have a lot of development to you could say to do, in my opinion. But I understand where you're coming from. I've been nice to see you, and once again, happy birthday to Wesley Fofana. I have been told by loads of fans that if we did get rid of our coach, that if that's if they will be protest against the owners and SCs. Let's hope this doesn't
Why
happen. I'm not concerned. He's
this
not going
protest?
anywhere. They like him, and I think he's happy here. He's
Wouldn't
going
that be funny,
he's
coach?
going somewhere, but not at the moment.
Wouldn't that be funny, coach, seeing Johnny Minerals and all those crew protesting to keep Maresca in when they hate him so much?
Yeah, they probably do that, except if they hire Frank Lampard, then a lot of them will
I
shut up.
think I think the fans do love Maresca, but I don't think a protest or something similar will ever happen. We have seen bigger personalities or bigger fan favorites like Tuchel and other managers, go, and still there wasn't really much chaos. So Maresca is a fan favorite, but I don't think uh, there will be any protest or something like that. But anyway, that's not even a reality to talk about.
No, it's not.
Yeah, and CDK says happy birthday to Wesley Fofana, and I wish his injuries will let us enjoy him in our mighty Blues. I hope he stays fit, but the signs are good. Let's not jinx it. Let's just celebrate his birthday and not talk about his injury record. Let's see what else we have here. I am fed up of getting, but we must give him more time. I'm not sure what part of your comment do you want me to believe to to take, because it has two parts. One of them said you're done. The other one saying you still want to give him time. The same way you were done with what's his name? Had to for one game against Carabao, even though he had played all the games before that game and struggled in that game. But yeah, you're a typical Chelsea fan, my bro. I love you, but dang it. Oh my word. Let's see what else we have. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I'm fully backing our coach. I want to keep our coach for many years. They want to keep him too. I don't want the Bournemouth coach. Don't want a Strasbourg coach. Any coach that plays transitional football, I don't want. Those they don't know how to control games. I'm not sure how else to phrase it, but I think that's the only thing that comes.
Yeah,
We're still talking
Yeah,
about Maresca replacing Maresca after winning 2 games, by the way. We're still, yeah.
fun,
yeah.
fun, funny thing, right? They said they're saying we are playing boring football, but the boring football made us won two trophies already. So I don't understand what the fans really want. Do they want results or they want entertainment or basketball?
And we actually entertain. And I've told people we've seen some of the best football we've seen on that show format again from the time of Thomas Tuchel till now.
Yeah, when we play good
Those
teams, we
ones in
entertain.
between,
Yeah.
Nothing quite close to the sort of entertaining football we've seen under Maresca. The difference is that he mixes it up. He changes things up when he needs to. He doesn't play in a particular manner and bent on playing in that particular way, irrespective of who we play against. He likes to switch it up, and that's why he was able to win 2 trophies. And the reason why our ex, what's his name, Pochettino didn't win anything, it's that transitional approach. Just one way traffic, no balance, nothing. But he knows how to change it up if need be. And I've seen beautiful football. And I saw a shocking comment from one of the people I used to respect a lot on X saying that the approach has been shockingly boring. I think it was our friend, a friend of the channel, what's his name? Said something to the effect of his approach being boring, and the dude in question responded shockingly. I think he used a more again a stronger word actually to qualify
I
how
know what you think
shocking he
about.
is. Yeah, I can't quite remember, but yeah, but that's by the way. It just sometimes for me how I see it, it's just people's lack of understanding of how football works. But sorry, go ahead with what you were saying. I apologize.
No, I was just saying I know who you are talking about.
No, that's okay. Don't say. Let's just move on. But yeah, I don't know. They just want you to pass it quickly, even if there's space or not. Just push it, keep going down, lose it, count. They hit you on a counter and get a goal. I just don't want to talk about it because sometimes I pay attention to the sort of nonsense even the biggest content creators how they talk about football. There's one I just my wife just told me don't release the video because I paid attention. There's a pattern to the way he critiques manager. The same set of words every time a manager makes some mistakes. The same set of words is what he uses to
Yeah.
describe, or you could say the fail, or you could say shortcomings of the manager and all. But that's by the way. I
Legacy
won't
fans,
hear.
coach. Legacy fans.
Yeah, exactly. Why is Enzo Maresca, who don't have his first team since his arrival at Chelsea? I really want to know if that changes. Will make us successful in our future. I'm just going to say this, and then quickly I'll hand over to the other panelists to help answer the question. Had it not been for how much he's rotated the players, I think chances are we'd have a lot more players out injured or would be struggling quite a lot. Even at that, I think when I expected him to rotate, he didn't. But you get the point. Dante, I don't know if you want to comment there.
Yeah, look, of course, it's with the injuries. I saw one fan wrote something on X. He's a season ticket holder. He's not a bad guy, but he said, people talking about firing Maresca, and he's like, "There's no way I'm firing Maresca, even just because I've seen Rich James play for 1 year straight." For him, that was enough to not fire Maresca. But I'm just saying, we've seen Rich James play 1 year now straight. We've seen other players like Pedro Neto had a horrible record. He's played very well and in form. So we've seen players, yeah. I think that basically my point is they've done very well with that. They've managed it well. So yeah, you can't critique them on that. Unfortunately, it's just they've managed those players very well.
Yeah, I do agree. With Fafana 19, okay, everything here, anything else here to catch up to after speaking to a lot of people. Okay, I think I've read that one too. And that's why Poch didn't win anything. His approach is shocking that Maresca doesn't play transitional football like two of our exes and Potter. Even as a player, Maresca was a winner. He was an excellent player, highly technically gifted, honestly. That's by the way. Well, let's go news hunting. I call it news hunting, but a lot of the stuff that we will address news items. And then we'll still come back to discussing our win against Cardiff. Juventus see Andrey Santos as a realistic and appealing option should a deal for Emil fail to materialize. I skipped trying to pronounce his last name because I don't think I can. But that's by the way, I don't see this happening. I get it. Maybe they're trying to test the waters because, yeah, to some people, he's not playing enough. I think he's playing enough. He's still in the phase, in the integration phase, in my opinion, and he's played quite a lot, in my opinion. Much more than I thought you could say he'd be playing at this point. But that's, by the way, Dante. For me, this is absolute horse dog. He's not going anywhere.
Well, it's a Juve source that's reporting this. So look, I'm sure there's plenty of clubs interested in him. Obviously, they're gonna, he's a talented young player that's not a starter, so could be a starter, and he probably would be a starter maybe in Italy as well. So, yeah, of course they're interested. But like you said, he's played it pretty good minutes. He's getting more minutes, and always the second half of the season, that's when you get more minutes. The suspensions add up, the injuries add up,
and the further we go into competitions,
the further we go, the cups, the FA Cup's coming up. The more you play, more and more the second half of the season, you're going to play a lot more anyway. So it's crucial, he stays, obviously, because we need him and Esugo to be fit, Lavia as well. Now, in the end, it is up to the player and his representatives. Maybe they don't want to, that can happen. That's the only problem, having too much talented players. Some you can keep, some you don't. They might not want to stay more, but I can see him he would see, definitely, I think he'll see the year out, no problem, and then see how we go next year. But I didn't say he's not the type to be going anywhere in his character, from what I've seen.
Yeah, I don't think he'd be in a rush to leave, but I think eventually you could say it'd be a matter of rotation, not necessarily him not knowing. Like you said, lack of the understanding of how that manager wants to approach the game. He's done well so far, really.
And he's going to get better with that, especially that Enzo role, which that's what Maresca is trying to make him, that Enzo role,
which
he can do well. He's done it at Strasbourg very well, crashing the box, and from DM going to crashing the box and making runs, and then going back into centre midfield DM. Tobago knows, we watched him a lot, so he can do that. He just hasn't done it yet. He got in a couple of assists, which he's done well, but I think just the actual pace, the physicality, the fitness level to do that consistently, he hasn't quite got that yet, because he's young. He's not reached those heights yet. Enzo Fernandez has got years on him. Even though he's young, he's got years on him, and got that experience of playing at that high level for a long time now. So yeah, look, he'll get better and better and better at it, and that's why
I think they're different. Enzo Fernandez has better vision. Yeah. Enzo Fernandez has better vision, and he is, you can say, more solid defensively. You can say he reads the game better from a defensive perspective than Enzo Fernandez does. But Maresca never got called up to the Italy national team. You could argue those sort of people usually maybe that's the reason why he was determined to become a manager. Let's hope Maresca can win us the Carabao Cup final 2026. I think he wins something this season. What exactly, I don't know. Moises Caicedo will now play first round of the League Cup semi-finals. Why is that? Can you elaborate?
Yellow card. Sure. He got a yellow card.
Oh, he got a yellow card.
Suspended,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I think we'll be all right, honestly. I don't know why he's saying that. Do you remember Rodriguez, the Spanish striker left winger, who was dubbed the next Cristiano Ronaldo, but he ruined his career due to off-the-pitch issues and injuries. He played for Real Madrid. I don't remember who that is. Andrey Santos is still learning, and he's not going anywhere. And he does come across as a very humble kid that would want to learn and not complain. More good news, we rested a lot of players. Had we not won that game now, I don't think you'd be saying that. You'd be asking why the manager didn't start a lot of the big guns. I was willing for him to take the risk, but I was concerned when I saw the number of changes he made. Still, I thought, okay, not a bad lineup. Let's see how they cope. All right. That's, by the way, who do you want in the semifinals? I don't have a preference. I want a stronger team. The stronger the opposition, the more you can say I'd be confident we'll get through. But Houston, I wouldn't mind us not meeting any strong opposition, any Premier League opposition until the final. But I think definitely we'll meet in the Premier League opposition this time. But if we get to the final, I'd tell you, we're winning it because Maresca looks like he doesn't lose a final. Jay, anything about Andrey Santos you want to add to that?
Yeah, I think it was a composed performance. I think he did well. He was among the few players with Caicedo. I think they
Yeah.
defended that midfield really well. I think both of them were decent, and I had not really big complaints from him. He improved Santos in the second half, obviously because of some of the substitutes helped him as
Better
well.
players
But
joined the fray, yeah.
yeah, I think that is a factor that will always elevate a collective game of the players. So yeah, I'm not really worried about him. He was one of those people who did really well yesterday.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Jay. Let's hear you, Tabeho, your thoughts. Do you think he leaves and what do you make of his performance yesterday? I think he was good, yeah. One of the solid. But when everyone else, well, again, when the team as a unit struggled, he struggled too. But yeah, he ended up having a good game.
No, I don't. I'm not worried about him linked to other teams because I don't think the club will sell him at the moment because he's an important player at Chelsea at the moment. And then Enzo Maresca is trying to integrate him to learn the system to be a better player. And overall, yesterday he played very well. So I was impressed with him. I just want him to be more consistent. But again, he's still young and developing. So I'm not worried.
Yeah, more likes, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. 42 people, but only 18 on YouTube. The rest is shared between X and Facebook. Whether equally Coachella doesn't know. So let's see. What else do we have here? Troy Deeney on Malo Gusto. I'm not sure I understand this comment really. He says, I'm not the biggest lover of this fella. If I am being honest, I cannot work out why I don't rate him. But I just don't. Dang it. I don't know.
What do you expect from this guy, coach? I mean, it's not like he's,
His own career, right?
look at his career. And he's, I think he was a striker, I think.
And he doesn't even have to say this.
I mean, what are you comparing yourself? You're a striker. What are you comparing yourself to Malagusto? Like, completely different. I mean, and like I said, he hasn't even played for a big club, Troy Deeney, or did anything. So, I mean, all right.
I just don't know.
He said it a few times already throughout the season about Maresca, the same, about, I can't remember one else, another player. I can't remember what the other one was. He just comes up with these are the punditry that these network sign that really are just all over the place. I really don't know what they do, to be honest. I think they watch the highlights, the games, and then the rest of the week they're doing other stuff, and then they come in and then they watch the highlights and then they just go from there, because I don't think they watch every single game. They definitely don't.
Yeah, they have a life outside football, but they'll pretend they watched all of them.
But they pretend, yes.
Yeah. Tabeho, you want to add to that? Tradini says he doesn't like my boy, Malo Gusto.
I don't like Deeney as well. So
Thank you. I don't like me either.
Who's Troy Deeney? What did he achieve in
Because
football?
this is senseless. What does he mean by this?
Basically, just doesn't like him. He doesn't like probably the way he plays, the way he looks, anything. And probably jealous that he's playing for Chelsea, which he could never play for a big club. So, yeah.
Possibly. Yeah, that ouch. But dang it, man, you're not nice, but Jesus Christ. Jay, you want to add anything to that, or you're good?
I think we should just ignore this guy. I think he's just living off that one goal, that one iconic goal. That is it. His whole career rotates around that goal.
I don't even remember the goal in question.
I think it was a championship playoff, and he scored in the 100th minute or something, the last, and Watford qualified because of that. It was iconic, but yeah, that's it. That's it. Troy Deeney starts and ends there.
Championship, yes, in the championship, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I don't want to see it either.
And it's one of those that, like, after his career, he didn't become an analyst, or they just hired him, and like, he's got no like background, just because he played, like, if you're gonna get a job like that and you're gonna analyze and do that, well, you can't be talking stuff like that. Like, I
He
mean,
was
that just
just
shows
one
that.
of those decent, not even decent enough Premier League strikers.
That's
Yeah, I
a
mean, which is fine. He's played at a high level. He's done, but like, you can't talk about about what type of analysis is that? I mean,
What
you
does
can't
he
talk
really
about.
that
mean?
is
You don't rate
that's a
him. You
weird
don't know
comment.
why you don't rate him.
That's actually a weird comment. I'm
It
pretty
is,
sure
yeah.
there must be something forward to this or something related. I'm sure he must have continued saying something. Like, it can't stop there.
Yeah, you didn't say he cannot defend. You didn't say he doesn't. You could say they play him. He pops up in the you could say in the final third and not able to create chances for his teammate or shoot. He did say something like that. Just blatantly says, "I'm not the biggest lover of this fella. If I'm being honest, I cannot work out why I don't rate." Then shut up.
Exactly. That's
Maybe you don't like
personal.
his
That's
hair.
like
It's
that's
simple.
not analysis. That's not
This is no
analysis.
no analysis there. This
This is
this
personal.
is
This is like hate,
subjective,
almost.
really.
Yeah, that's why that's what I mean, coach. Like, there's no problem him playing, being professional, and talking about football after. But like, be professional, like you were in your career. Don't talk like this. This is just it's rubbish, basically. It's pretty. I just remembered he did say, yeah, about the Club World Cup. It's a Mickey Mouse. It was a Mickey Mouse trophy, the Maresca one. It doesn't count. The Club World Cup doesn't count. So
Yeah, does
yeah,
it count now? Because we beaten PSG, Barcelona, then the Premier League's own champion. The only one we didn't beat, we self-destruct, was Bayern. I just wish we were able to get even a draw in. But that's by the way.
we might
We
face
don't
them
owe
again.
them
Don't
that.
worry. We might face them again. I have
We're
a
world
feeling.
champion. We're world champions. We won the biggest club trophy in the world, irrespective of what anybody thinks of the trophy. But that's, by the way, why we're at Malagusta. This comment on the screen: do you want Thiago Silva back? I'd say no. That's my opinion. Except if we have a mentorship role for him, not as a defender, not to come and be one of the players we have to select from.
If he wants to become like a defensive coach and start learning, like he wants to
That's
get
fine.
perfect,
I'd
yeah.
take him back, but not one of the players we have to select from. Honestly, that's how I see it. I think probably will become, you could say, I know they respect him. They all know him. They will respect him. But I think his inclusion to a certain measure, in my opinion, could become problematic and not a solution. And if it makes you happy, irrespective of how bad we think our defensive line is, we have the again highest number of clean sheets. Yeah.
Yeah.
I personally don't see the harm in this. I think it will only do good than
Let's
any
hear
harm.
you. Let's hear you.
But
To play,
yeah, I think
If you're saying be good, you're saying to play.
sorry, I couldn't
To
understand.
play. Do you want him
You're
to come back
saying
and play? You're talking about,
you
or
see good in it, right? You say you see
No,
only
I don't
good in
want him
it.
to like play every game. He won't play, first of all. It's not possible. I think he will understand when he comes back, both the club and he will have an agreement that he's not going to play. I think we can, as John Terry said uh, in the clip that is going viral right now, he said that he want him back in a role that is similar to he played under Antonio Conte when we won the Premier League, and I think that is precisely everything
More like a
you want to
mentorship
know.
role.
Exactly. He
But
will
that
still play.
I
Maybe
can assure you that's
we can't give
not.
him a roster
People
spot?
don't want him in that capacity. They want him as a player that gets to play. We like every time we have a game, it probably be the
he,
first on the team sheet. But go ahead with
he's
what you
not
were saying.
he's not finished. I don't think he's finished. He can still contribute. I think games like such where we play against Cardiff, not to the whole game, but I'm pretty sure he can contribute, and that is his role. I think he won't play every game. He will 90% majority of the season he won't play, but he will chip here and there, and that will be enough. And most of the thing that he will do is behind the scenes. That is in the dressing room, and that is the intangible stuff that I talk about again and again
I
that
wouldn't
is
mind
required.
him again in that capacity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Although I want to be clear that I don't see any possibility of this thing happening under this ownership. I don't see both these things coming together. But I would want that, but it's not going to happen. I know the reality as well.
For a lot of reasons, I don't think it happens. But that's why, Tobejo, let's hear your thoughts on the possibility of Thiago Silva returning to Chelsea.
Nah, man. As much as I like him, for me, we don't need Thiago Silva at the moment because already have our centre backs. And also, for example, if Thiago Silva is back, our fans will be mourning to Enzo Maresca. Why is George Achampong no longer playing? Why is old man Thiago Silva playing? So, to avoid such things, let's not invite him to Chelsea anymore.
I actually think Akinfenwa has better ball control than Troy Deeney, but that's by the way. And here's my bro Chelsea Ultra in the house Chelsea Ultra 9348. He says Troy Deeney, who? A good question. I don't want to sound like Scooby Doo there. And nobody thinks he's qualified to comment on our own Malo Gusto. Unfortunately, he thinks, and that is, if I were his boss, I'd fire him because that's so senseless. It doesn't even make sense. And he even has a comment within that comment that clearly screams, yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. And he still has a job as a pundit, unfortunately. Good morning to you too. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. John Terry has spoken to the club by talking people inside the club to take Thiago Silva back. Okay. Deeney is a light skin. I think Akinfenwa is probably more likely. I think he has better first touch than him. Malo Gusto has done very good. He's been excellent. He's still just 21, I think so. I love the Club World Cup, and I will never forget that. I mean the biggest club trophy in the world. So I don't care what anybody says. They can go stick it up there behind. But yeah, World Champions. I thought the agenda is tossing out. I'm not into tossing out. It's up to the club to decide what they want to do with them. But I get where you're coming from. All right, Deeney knows nothing. He was an average player at best and knows nothing about defending. Yeah, I think maybe when he said that, he knew exactly what he was doing. Just wants attention from Chelsea fans. Ida Kuchila was talking about Adebayo Akinfenwa. No, I wasn't. Now I'm going to scroll to the very bottom. Let's see if anything new emerged as the show progressed. Question for not the legend at CFC Dante joking. Do you want ISs to sign experienced centre backs for this young team? Let's hear you, Dante.
Not Thiago Silva, no. I do want us to sign a centre back, yes, but depends what
I know who.
You know who. So yeah, someone like that, yes. 25 years old, 24. It doesn't need to be old or something like an old. So yeah, just someone that fits the system, that's very, very good, modern football, that knows how to play from the back, left foot, right foot, really good in the air. Basically a modern, prototypical centre back. So yeah, I do. Yes, I do. If you want to call him experienced, I think it's 24, 25 now. Yeah, that's it. But otherwise, no, I don't want anyone much older than that. No, because I don't think that will fit with the dressing room too well. No.
Yeah, it will not just because of our perceived age limit. Given our I call it our perceived age limit from the perspective of the owners. I can't speak this morning, but that's by the way. Yes, then I don't want us to start behaving in a manner that before we know what's happened, we'll have a bloated squad again. And I think they are cautious of that. A lot of people thought we were gonna, you could say, sign a defender when Levi Kowa got injured, but we didn't do that. Not because we couldn't. I think it was just because what happens when Levi Kowa returns.
Yeah, that as well. Plus, we've got cover, coach. We've got quite a cover.
Exactly.
And don't forget, we did sign
enough cover, in my opinion. Yeah.
Don't forget, we did sign a centre back that can play that position, but for some reason he went back on loan to Strasbourg. So we did sign, but it didn't quite work out. So yeah, look, that's the only area I think we need a reshuffle, and probably two centre backs probably need to go, maybe even three, and one to come in like that, like a a player like that. That's probably the area I would choose to upgrade and get someone in there, one more person in there with that age gap at 24, 25. I think that will go a long way, and that'll help. And it's not really then the squad's not bloated, and some of these players I'm talking about have really been here for they're not really going to the next level, so there's no point keeping them around anymore, to be honest. So that area needs a little bit of a shake up to get it right for next season.
Yeah, I do agree. This says Alejandro Garnacho, the quoting him, says sometimes you start games and sometimes you come up from the bench. We don't focus on this. We just try to help the team when we need. When called upon, maybe if you prefer, we will try to fight for everything. The semifinals is the next one. I like this mentality. I think, yeah, I think he's becoming. You can say he's maturing, in my opinion. I don't know how else to phrase it, but I'm just happy, and he's doing well. I hope he continues in that trajectory, Mo. I hope I do. I really do hope that because he's a good player. Well said. Anything else? Yeah, let's go. News hunting. Nothing new has emerged. Let's see if we can find anything new here. All right, I'm just gonna go from the very top. Go ahead, Dante. Were you saying something?
No, coach. No, I just what I said before. No, I see the rich money makers saying Sarr is not the answer. Well, he's not the answer now, but we'll see. Look, he's played very well this season at Strasbourg. He's done it actually very
He's
well.
actually a very good ball playing defender.
He's a very good ball playing defender. He's gone to the Africa. Will go up to the African Cup of Nations now. We see how he does there. He might win it with them. That will actually. Hopefully that happens. They've probably got a great chance, but he'll be probably the centre back with Koulibaly. Him and Koulibaly probably the two centre backs. I think so.
I think there are other. They have a lot again. About who's that? They have one, two, or three more experienced
Older ones,
centre
yeah, but
backs.
he's the younger, yeah.
But I think he will get a chance. But I don't think he'll be you could say a regular. Probably will
Well, that's
miss
what
a
I'm
few
hoping that
games.
he is, and he plays a lot. Be
Yeah,
amazing.
the experience would be good for him, but I don't think he plays quite a lot, really.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll watch him. We will watch him there, but we don't know him and Samino. They're both coming next season, back next season. So we have decisions to make in that area, 100%. Yeah.
That is if Anselmino stays fit. Right now, he's actually out injured.
Again, unfortunately, yeah.
Weren't you the one?
Playing well and he's
You were the
learning
one that
right now.
was. You were complaining that they overused him.
They did. They were very silly. Yeah, very silly. Played him back to back to back to back after he came back from an injury while asking for trouble. So he got injured again, and now they're kind of stuffed a little bit because of it as well. So the only downside to that, hopefully don't go in January and get someone else because of it, and then his game time diminishes.
Yeah. This here says that Pedro Neto has equalized his best career goals tally per season in the competition, 6, which he achieved last season. I think in total, he's what did I say? There's something he's measured some his goal tally at Woes. What did I read? I just didn't pay attention when I saw that. I think it was when I was working on our application, so I looked at his numbers and his total numbers at Wolves, and I was shocked to see, yeah, he's really done well at Chelsea. But that's by the way. Let's see, Dean Jackson. Okay, I'm not going to get into that. He says when a player puts in that request, it's almost always over between that player and the club. Yeah. Jay is Bashara is from Fanboy. You can say his brother. He likes him a lot. Let's see anything else to address here. Let's see. There are fears. We're acting like Spurs and look like from you, not me. I'm not concerned. We're better than them. Nani did the same, mate. Yeah, exactly. when the competition arrived, instead of fighting and improving, they both wanted out. In Nani's case, you could look at it, you could say, from other perspectives and see it differently, but it doesn't matter. Part of it for me, in my opinion, is that, yeah, he didn't want to compete because maybe he cannot compete. In March 2015, after when Jesse Rodriguez suffered an ACL injury, his career wasn't the same. His explosiveness, everything reduced. But that's, by the way, Pedro Neto. I really like this guy. He's been excellent for us, in my opinion. Dario McAnthony, Enzo Maresca is turning into a serial trophy hunter, which is good news for Chelsea. From a Sky Sports pundit. Okay.
No, he's good. He's a good one. That one. He's one that's always supported everything.
Always objective.
Yeah. He's very objective, but he liked what the owners were doing and what Maresca's doing, and like he's one of that everyone didn't like. They don't like him there because of that. But he's actually speaks up for Chelsea all the time. And if not, he's very objective about everything else. So I do like him. He's good.
All right, Dante, you can now say a profile. Sign a 24-25 year old left foot or right foot experienced CB, but not provide a name. I don't know. Dante, are you keeping the name of the player in question to yourself?
Reveal that one. I said it before, but
I mean, just say it again so IB doesn't start crying.
Let's see what Tebega says. Come on, Tebega.
All right. As again, if you have any questions,
Tebega, you unmuted.
Go ahead, jump in the live chat. We don't have a lot to talk about, so we could do with a good question. Yeah, but that's right. Way Pedro Neto, the manager, said in the last 18 months, this is the third semifinals we had. So we are really happy with that. We got the win, so we are already looking for the next one. I just want to know who we're playing next in the semifinals. Maresca looks like he's going to become one of those managers that, don't lose finals. I cannot understand Maresca consistently playing Gittins ahead of Estavo. Estavo wasn't you could say wasn't fit. Yeah. And Gittins is not good. That kid needs a hell of a lot of work. He seems clueless when he gets the ball. Wow.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, he's back. Clear. I see it differently. I think he's a good player. He just needs time.
Come on,
Tebega. Let's hear you.
Nico Scatterback, something like that.
You're right.
Okay, the defender.
Slaughterback. Yeah, Slaughterback. Dortmund's best center backs. What a player, man.
He's not even here and already butchered his name.
Yeah,
Scatterback. I will never forget that one. Yeah. Scatterback.
Jay, go away, bro.
He's got a nickname. That's good, Tebega. I like it.
All right. This here says Pedro Neto, quoting Pedro Neto, we're Chelsea. We want to win trophies. Our mindset is to win all the games.
Coach, can I address this comment?
Yeah, go ahead.
Look, guys, I don't really like Batshuayi that much. It's just a joke that I wanted to continue with, Coach. Don't take everything that serious.
No. You like him.
He's your favorite player of all time. We know this already.
Okay, is that why you just say, can you address? And I thought you were going to talk about something serious. Really?
Coach,
Jay,
he has a signed shirt on his wall.
Exactly. I'm quite sure if you see your room now, you have pictures of him hanged.
Mabast had made 4 comments about me and Batshuayi, so that's why I chose to address it. He's going crazy.
Mabast is not going to stop. All right, we need to sign a Premier League ready-made player. I know they like the Nottingham Forest CB. I like him. Murillo, right? Excuse me.
Yeah, Murillo.
I'm sorry, guys. I do like him very, very well. He's a good defender, composed too. But I don't think we're going to sign him. We could actually end up not signing another CB. Yeah. Nico Slaughterback, I think that's how you pronounce it, in my opinion. He's a left-footed left center back. He's 26 years old. 26 years old. He can also play left back.
Oh, he's 20.
Murillo, yes, yeah, I do like him. I think he's a complete defender in my opinion.
To
So
me, he's the
Garnacho's
model
game by
defender for his
numbers.
club.
Alejandro Garnacho versus Cardiff, man of the match, 2 goals of 1.30 xg. So he actually overperformed his xg, 100% pass accuracy, 2 chances created, 2 shots on target, 2 blocked shots, 8 touches in the opposition box. It was a superb day for him. What a player! Could have scored a hat trick actually on the day within a few minutes. I think he's an intelligent player. More importantly, and had it not been the fact that he didn't, you could say he was to an extent. I think it'd be accurate to say he was just unlucky. The game against what game was that?
Everton.
Everton. He could have scored 2 goals on the day at least, but he
3
was
goals.
Yeah.
unlucky. 3, yeah. So that was why I decided not to, like you could say, slate him or maybe critique him, because he did everything right.
No.
And when a player does that, and that's not the first time, and when a player does that and does it consistently, usually at certain point the goals will start coming. And look how nicely and calmly he took the chances that came his way yesterday. One of them, you could say, was a good save by the goalkeeper, because he was on the carpet. The goalkeeper had to stretch to reach it to stop it. But go ahead. I don't know anybody else want to talk about his performance yesterday. He was great,
I
and I'm
I actually
happy.
want to
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
actually want to praise him because I think he deserves that. I was really impressed by him yesterday. One of those performances from the bench when the manager trusts you, he sends you to do a job, and well, he did brilliant. He was really good. He missed that chance, one that I think one or not he put across. I think that was beautiful. It was on the plate, but yeah, I think the keeper made a good save rather
It
than
is.
uh, yeah, rather than Garnacho really messing it up. Overall, the performance was really well, and I was highly impressed with him, and that's all we want from him. So yeah, and that was my really, reason for being critical against Everton. Uh, he was good. He has this tendency to get in the places where the chances
Yeah, he's
can
an
arrive.
intelligent player. Yeah.
Yeah, he knows where to be in the box, and and his tendency to be that guy to always drive towards the goal, always looking to move towards the goal, looking for solutions to really reach from point A to point B, where he can be the guy to possibly hit. He always takes a lot of shots, which is a good thing. Joao Pedro needs to learn a few things from him. Even after, making a mess out of some of the shots, he doesn't really get disappointed, and he will try it in the next minute, which is a really good mindset to have. The reason for my criticism for him against Everton was because those were not really that tough chances. He did the hard work. He really made the run. He dribbled past some players. He got in a very, very, good position to score, and then he messed it up. And that
Here's
match was
something. Yeah, go ahead.
that match was really close. Everton got really good chances as well. If that match finished, which there was a big possibility, if that match finished 2-2, then we would have a really, really, different opinion on Garnacho, because he would be the main reason that the match ended and we would have lost the points because he couldn't convert those important chances. Hence why I was angry. Just because we won 2-0 and Everton didn't really capitalize on the easy chances doesn't mean that he will get ignored. And
No, 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 no.
he's a
I
young
mean,
guy. He is
criticism is
21 years
normal.
old.
I just had to reference it because I don't like Tavejo. You know.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too. Me too.
J, all I'm saying, if Garnacho work on his shooting abilities, I think he will be lethal for us.
He's
That Everton chances that he missed. Oh my
Yes,
gosh, I was so
Tobago,
upset.
yes.
And then
That's a
yesterday and last night, Last night he made them look easy. That's the thing. Against Everton, he missed them, and last night he made them look easy. I was like,
Exactly. The Everton ones
why?
were much easy than the one he got against
You
Cardiff.
know why
So
that
he
is?
converted the hard ones and he messed the easy ones.
Here's
You
something
know
I
why
want to
that?
say before. Let me make Dante look like the
Go
one
on,
that
coach.
likes tappings.
Don't tap in, please.
Dante, something you talked about that I've paid attention to, and is that he doesn't sulk. Like miss 10 chances, you still see him going for the 11th one, for the 11th opportunity. He's that sort of that kid. He has, you can say, a big heart, and he's a big game player. The size of the occasion doesn't move him. That's something I've always known even about him, even before we signed him. And I like it that at Chelsea, I like the fact that at Chelsea he's become a lot more selfless than he was at United. I think at United you could argue he had that main player syndrome issue, which you could argue might have led to him falling out with Amorim. But I'm happy. This kid is maturing at Chelsea. He's become a different player. Doesn't care if you take him off. Doesn't care if he comes off the bench. And the way he carries himself, you can say he's a different player altogether, in my opinion. But that to go ahead with what you wanted to say.
Yeah, pretty much what everyone said, coach. Exactly. That's definitely part of it. I think you can. I think that's got to do with coaching. I think Maresca has a big, not just Maresca, his assistants, because it's not just Maresca that works. We have to give the assistants who he works with, a lot of credit. I think the two performances, basically, the one was at home, one was away. I think that extra pressure at home, like I said, the crowd wasn't, the best, and that pressure, I think that was the big reason. Just that extra pressure, tried a bit too hard, and that's why he missed those chances. Well, you can see the big difference the way he came and played. You saw the composure of the finishes, didn't flinch. It's like it was gliding, and then just little touches and scored. To me, it was playing at home under that pressure. Still, a lot of people do not like this kid. He knows that as well. To me, that's definitely got to do something with him. But I'm impressed by his mature attitude. I knew he was tough, because that's one thing I said at United why he's a good signing, because he'll be mentally tough. He's got
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
very
yeah,
mentally
yeah.
tough
He's a
already.
mentality monster. No, the size
Already, yeah.
of the occasion hardly ever moves him.
And the critique and the hate and etc. Let's not forget, from Man United fans and from Chelsea fans. So he's a tough cookie. He's got that in him, and he's got that fire. He's Argentinian. He's got that fire in him. It doesn't phase him, and that's why I said he will succeed, because Maresca will love him, because he will, like you said, he'll do that 10, 11, 12 times. Keep trying, even if he misses. That hard work pays off always. Basically, yeah.
I do like him.
I
And
would I would
I've
like to
apologized already because at the time I just, you could say, hopped onto the campaign boss of Garnacho, no to Garnacho, and I had to take a step back and was like, what in the freaking what am I doing? You know, even though at the time I've always known that, yeah, that this kid is a fine player, really, and he's still 21.
Well, coach, you don't play for Man United as a starter from basically 18,
Yeah,
19, 20,
yeah,
21,
he's
the
one
3
of
years.
those players you can say that emerged onto the big scenes early on. You can say at a very, very young age. That when you hear their names, you think they are in their, you can say, mid 20s or late 20s. But sometimes
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have to
yeah.
pay attention to, yeah, this kid is still just 21, and look how good he is. Very has a lot of Premier League experience under his belt at a very young age. You know.
Yep. That's
So
why I said it'll make
I'm
him
happy for
tough.
him,
Yeah.
really. Yeah. And Chelsea Archer says I'm starting at like Garnacho. He looks far more ready for Chelsea than Gittins or Joao Pedro. I'm starting to get concerned. I have to say this. Let me hold on a bit. Let's talk about him. I'm starting to get concerned about a bit about Joao Pedro. I think Maresca's approach to football has exposed a lot about him.
But he's done well, coach.
I'm not
He was
saying
there.
he's done bad, but there are some aspects
You,
of his
you,
game. Maybe you could say he's not in terms of Maresca's approach, he's not that guy.
No,
Because he's
he
a
is.
spokesman in terms of his you can argue his hold up play sometimes. It's not his thing. He doesn't
Did you
know.
see the
I
hold
don't
up
think
play
he
last
knows how to
night?
shield the ball very well.
Did you see that
Yeah,
last
last night
night?
it was good.
Sorry?
My
Last night, did you see the hold up play last night?
You're saying what are you saying it's much better?
You didn't see? The goals are because of him, his hold up play.
No, I saw that.
exactly.
I did see that. But here's the thing. Let's say if he got the opportunity to hold up the play 100 times, he's been successful. Like 15% of the time.
He
That's
hasn't
My
been asked to
only
play that
that's not a
way, coach.
number you can say to be proud of.
He
I'm
hasn't
not
been
saying
asked
he's
to
the
play
bad
that way.
player.
Yeah. Sorry, Tobega, go ahead.
He's more of that player. I think in a transitional under a manager like RX, I think you wouldn't even get the chance to notice again. I'm not gonna call it a flaw. It's just not his thing. Maybe eventually he get used to it because he's still very young himself. Maybe he get used to it and you can say become used to playing in that manner. Maresca has proven to drill players into becoming what he wants them to be. Go ahead, Tobega. I apologize.
Go ahead, Tobega. I'll go after you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think my only issue with him is that this I think he needs coaching. Sometimes he likes to overdo things like dribble past three players, and then while other players are waiting for a ball, sometimes
And
they're
it's not
doing.
the best of
He should,
dribblers either.
yeah, so he should keep things simple, hold up play, and pass a teammate, open space, and then we create the goal. So that's the issues I'm kind of having with him. But again, last night he did very well, but hopefully he can fix that.
Yeah, that's the Brazilian in him. Yes, you're not going to get that out of Esteval. You saw that out of Este already. That's a Brazilian. Is always going to do that. That's just one of their traits. I Club World Cup. He was one of our most important players after Cole Palmer. It was him.
He was
So
excellent. And
excellent.
maybe once Cole Palmer comes, okay, I don't want to do the tap in because the
Okay,
VAR will cancel the goal.
player of the month for November, coach, Premier League.
Listen, I don't doubt whether he's a good player. I'm just I've started to think maybe I misprofiled him.
He's a
Probably
false nine.
because
He's a nine. He's not really a 9, and he's not really a 10. He's one of those false 9 hybrid players, which
hybrid
Maresca
indeed,
needs.
definitely hybrid.
Maresca needs that type of player. That's the type of player he likes in his system. He needs to have one of those, and we've seen that this season and at the club, especially with the striker coming in, Delap. You need someone who can play in that 10. Palmer's not there, etc. You can move him then. You can even play him at left wing. He can actually play left wing against low blocks. If you want to, if it's a really nasty low block, you put him left wing, comes inside, Cucurella overlaps. So he's a perfect system player from Maresca, in my opinion, because of that. So, and I think he's done very well, to be honest. Club
Well,
World Cup,
I think he's
November
not
player
lived
of the
up to
month.
you can say he's not lived up to the standard we experienced from him during the Club World Cup and even some of the friendlies we played before the season started proper. But Houston, I think you could say it down to the fact that we heard he's carrying an injury. And you could argue maybe,
He had to play extra too, yeah.
Cole Palmer will be the key to unlocking the best of him.
Look, he's had to play a lot as well. He's one of those that had to play a lot because of injuries, suspensions. He had to play a lot. So I think that got to him as well.
Okay,
a
let's
little bit.
just be honest here. Injuries
Yep.
aside, the hold up play thing, it's not his thing.
He hasn't been asked to play that, coach, though.
I understand that. That's what I'm saying. I'm just highlighting that. Yeah, it's not his thing. And remember, I did say put out the disclaimer out there. I'm not saying he's a bad player.
Yeah, I know, but you saw last night if he can hold up the play. He had 2 defenders. He held out 2 defenders.
But as I said, how many times has he been able to do it and do it correctly? I think 2 things here. I think part of it, I think he needs to improve on shielding the ball.
Coach, Maresca does not want him to play that way. First of all, he has to always keep moving. He's not a Maresca. This is not Lukaku to play the ball to hold the ball up. That's not how we play. There's no way he's ever going to do that on the Maresca system.
And it's
That's why you
something
don't
else
see it.
also, I think sometimes he can be a bit too selfish.
Yeah, that I agree with 100%. Like I said, he's Brazilian. I think we've seen Estevao be a bit already that you've seen Brazilians.
But
All the
Esteva is a
Brazilians do
much
that.
better dribbler. When Esteva is on the ball and start trying to dribble someone, I can bet on 90% of the time, or let's say 80% of the times, him, you could say, successfully beating his man.
And Joao Pedro's beaten his man many times. He's turned them, got past, dribbled. He's done that many times as well. So I'm not sure
Mm,
what you're
But to
saying.
the
He's
ratio of
dribbled.
how many times he's failed at it, I think here's the thing: if he simplifies we could say simplifies things, I think he'd be better off. You remember
Mm,
Oscar? Oscar, he was an excellent player for us and for Brazil, I have to say. But I think he keeps
wait.
it simple.
You're talking about a 6 foot free player versus a 5'10" player. There's a big difference.
But I think he should, if he keeps it, if he learns to keep things simple, I think he'd be better off. Once again, I'm not saying he's a bad player.
6'2", I think, not 6'3". He's tall. He's very tall as well. That's the thing. He's very tall as well. So he's trying to do a lot of those things. What you're saying, the Brazilian, the dribbling, the touches. But he's very tall, so it's not as easy for him to do it. But I think he's done it very well. I think the last couple of weeks before these 2 games, he started struggling, giving the wall away, like you said, extra touch. I think that was down to just fatigue. I think most than anything, playing a lot of games.
Fatigue could be part of it. It could be also the fact that I'm not sure whether it'd be accurate to say he's carrying an injury, but Maresca did say he's not fully fit. And even
He said he's one of those.
did
Yeah, he's
say
one of
that
those.
they're trying to
Yeah.
protect him. So
Yeah, so that's why I think it was good to him. He came on, he looked very good. He came on and looked very fresh, so he looked very good. He scored the last game before that as
on the
well.
fact that he you could say he had to play as you could say operate as number 9 mainly until the return of other players that are able to play in that position.
Pretty
And
much, he
now
will have to.
he's starting to
Yeah,
you could say apply himself differently given the fact that he's not starting at number 9. But go ahead, what you're saying.
yeah, and that takes a bit of an extra physical toll on a player to play that position. That is because he's not really that, like always that position. So yeah, that takes a bit of extra. Like I said, he's played a lot, and I think just like Enzo Fernandez, just like Cucurella, I think you saw that with him as well. But the good sign is he hasn't continued. It was only for a couple of weeks, and he played well last week where he got the goal. And now we came on, he looked very good, sharp, quick, good touches. Actually held up the ball on that one occasion perfectly, which was rare. So to me, that's a good sign. And like I said, he's done in the Carabao Cup. He was the player of Premier League for November. Scored 4 goals or whatever it was, and 2 assists. So he's done very well. But yeah, I think that extra workload, that extra pressure got a bit to him. And it's normal. He's a human being, and he had to play a lot of extra minutes at
He's
10 and
excellent.
at
I
striker.
think he's good, really, too. And I like that aspect of his game. Here's the
Hello.
thing. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm just concerned that
Yeah, but that's
hopefully
what I
I'm
mean. What are you
wrong.
concerned about? I'm not seeing it really, to be honest.
I'm not sure how else to
Hello.
explain this. I've talked about. I agree. Chances are it could be fatigue. He's not been able to measure the sort of level he showed us at the Club World Cup. Could be down to, you could say, the same reason his teammates have struggled. And the hold up play thing isn't his thing. I knew him as a player who's into quick interplays, 1-2, 1-2, give and go. But he's starting to overdo it, which is the reason why I'm asking if he can keep it simple. He has it in him. He can finish on his day. Just simplify things, not try to you can say, dribble everyone. I've seen occasions where he was on the ball and his teammates were open. That the easiest, you can say, the simplest of thing to do in those situations would have been to just give the ball to his teammates and maybe run him behind the defensive line and see if they'd find him with a good pass.
I know the
But
game you're talking about. Yeah, we did talk about that in private chat. We were talking about that. Yeah, I know. Like I
not
said,
just one
he's
game really.
yeah,
Sometimes you
yeah.
just
But that's one of those games
Allow
that
me to
I
jump
remember we
in.
talked about. Yeah, look, those two, that game and then the next game, he did that very poor. Yeah, he wasn't good. But like I said, I didn't see a
Once again, I'm
continuation
not
of
saying
that.
he's a bad player. I was just concerned. I was thinking, what's going on here? You can say, but go ahead.
It was just look. Like I said, in November he was amazing. He was our best player. Like I said, so he was very, very good. So
Even without
I'm
a
not
lot of
worried about.
goals, yeah.
I wasn't worried about those two games, which I know because I criticized them a bit on there too. I'm not worried about those two. Why? Because after that last game and this game, he's shown that with a little bit of a break and a bit of change up, he's looking back like himself again. So I'm not too worried about it. There's too much quality there, and he's got Premier League experience, and he's tall, but he's very tough as well. He looks
I
skinny
am
because he's
just
not.
concerned that he might actually miss out of Brazil colorful
Coach, can
World
I jump
Cup.
in?
Yeah, go
Nah, he
ahead.
won't miss that, coach. Who else is
It's a
gonna go?
possibility because they
Have
have
you
numbers
seen
in that area.
Richarlison's playing for Tottenham? He's getting called
Go
up.
ahead, Jay.
Yeah. Look, I just don't understand the overprotection of certain players. I think if Tosin is bad, we are calling him bad. Then if Joao Pedro is bad, then we should call him bad as well. Yesterday's game, if you take away the assist from him, he was outright bad. That was a bad performance from him. Yes, you can argue that his hold-up play is good, but the part of hold-up play is to control the ball, to shield the ball, and then to pass it to your player. That is a complete process, and he
Wait, was he
flops
bad
in the third
yesterday?
part.
You're saying he's bad
He
yesterday.
was bad. He was bad. If you
He
take away
but
the
he didn't
assist, he
change the
was
game when he
bad.
came on. Him and Garnacho.
He gave an assist, and other than that, he killed four chances. I can remember. He just do not know when to give away the ball to to our players. He just don't know when to release the ball. I don't
If
know
you think he was,
what's wrong
you're
with him right
holding him
now,
at a
but
very high. If you think he was bad yesterday, because he changed the game in Garnacho when he came on. Yes,
I,
those
I I
chances, but
don't
that
agree with
changed the
it. I
game.
think
That
Garnacho and
won us the
Neto had
game,
a
though.
role to.
Hold on. Go ahead,
I
Jay.
did
Let's
watch
hear
the
you.
game, and that is what I'm saying. I think that game could have been finished early if he would have been a little, aware of his surrounding. He just doesn't don't know when to release the ball. There were a few chances, and it was irritating for the watchers and as well as as well as his teammates as well. Um, and the other thing is he just don't have any volume of shots. He do not take any shots, and he just don't try it. He overdoes
Sometimes
a
he
lot of
dwells on the
things.
ball too much, Dante. Honestly, it's not just a two-game thing. And look at it. 1 out of 4 shots on target. Big
Yeah,
chances missed,
Yeah.
that's what
two.
I said to Jay. If you're gonna hold him at a very high level, like a very high standard, then you can say that. But otherwise, you can't say that. So, which one is it?
But you tell me, I'll ask you, tell me what he did the last night, other than that assist.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the assist, I think, but I think we should give him kudos for that assist.
It's not just
I
the
was actually
assist.
thinking he was going to turn around and try and shoot.
It's not just the assist. He had a big impact in the build-up play and why we created chances and why we were a different team when he came on.
I'm not denying that he helped change the game. Here's where I'm hanging my hope. I'm still harboring maybe the belief that the return of Cole Palmer changes a lot for
Exactly.
him.
Of course it
That's the
will.
saving grace. That's the hope that I have.
Yeah,
Look,
that's the hope I
he
have.
was good
But
again.
in
He
all
was good at the
honesty,
Club World Cup.
I urge you to go take your time, look at those games. I don't think it's 2 games, 3 games.
Okay, how about you go back in? Was Palmer available in November when he won Player of the Month in the Premier League?
No, he's not. Here's thing, Dante. You don't get my argument. He's not looking like the Joao Pedro we saw at the Club World Cup. And I agree,
And if
there are some factors in
When,
play.
coach?
There are
When?
some Hold on. There are some factors in play. It could be down to the fact that he's carrying an injury. We've heard. It could be down to the fact that Cole Palmer, you could say, makes a difference for him. Just like we noticed that when Palmer isn't playing, Jackson struggles, and vice versa to an extent.
Any player struggles when he doesn't play. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're saying we'll
But
call
I'm just
by
making
FC.
I'm asking the
He
question:
makes
when
us
is he
better.
bad?
But my point
When?
is, I think I've seen a lot of stuff that got me concerned, and I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not, and I put out my disclaimer out there once again. I'm not saying he's a bad player.
No,
No,
he's
but you're
not. He's a very
worried.
good
But
player, and the sample of that we saw at the Club World Cup. He sold us dreams at that tournament, and that is the caliber of player he is. and he is just not able to reproduce it right now. And
Okay, so
saving, as
just for
coach,
both of you, question. In November, he was no good. The whole of November, he was
No,
no
I'm
good.
not saying the whole of November he wasn't good. I
well,
remember
if a
he
player is
created chances
producing
for
good
us.
performances in pocket, he's not a good player at all
That are you
for me.
saying he cannot be better than we've seen since
What more do you guys want?
well,
He won the Premier League Player of the Month for November.
so are you
He's
saying he cannot do better than he did?
no, I'm saying he was actually very good. He was the reason we picked up all those points.
I'm not
He was the
denying those.
and Palmer was not there.
I
So
think there were other players in that month that were more critical, and that
fine.
helped Joao Pedro's
Again, it
overall
depends on how you want
performance.
to see. But here's the thing: I
I'm
just
just
hope,
saying he won that award.
once Palmer comes back, we'll see that Joao Pedro, because even he looked like he lost confidence too.
Yes, he did. Like I told you, I
Exactly, that's the
100%
point.
agree.
Something isn't quite right.
I
Yes.
100% agree. He struggled for 2 or 3 games. He's definitely struggled. But the last couple of games, I think he started getting that back. Last game, he did very well, put the chance away when he needed to. He came on again, changed the game today, and did very well. Looked confident again. Yeah, he tried a bit of his flair that he does the Brazilian stuff, but he changed the game for us yesterday. Came back on, so I mean, you got to praise him for that.
No,
Yeah, it's
I
not
mean, I
it's
give
not
him
a club.
credit for that, but I just
You
felt like,
guys are you holding
yeah.
him to the Club World Cup standard? I mean, that's not going to happen every game. Like, it's just not going to happen.
All right, Tobago, you were going to say something.
Let's hear of Tobago about this.
For me, Joao Pedro last night, he was so fantastic. That's why I said yesterday, due to him, we scored 2 goals. The Garnacho one and the Neto one was because of his holder play. But like I said, my only issue with him is holding the ball a long time. But yesterday, he was good. So beside that, I always complain about him. But last night, he was good. So I've got nothing more to say.
Do you really think you have to support Dante?
Yeah,
Not
last night he
exactly.
was
I
very
think he
good.
was okay.
Well,
No, give credit where one is due. He did good. He was one of the reasons why the game changed. I agree. But that's what my conversation wasn't about yesterday. Not something, no, it wasn't, honestly. But I hope that changes, because otherwise
And
I'll
also
bring it
that
up
one chance
again.
that he got. How is he missing the target from that close range?
Yeah. So,
yeah,
but let's
they
see.
say one of our old players. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
says coach, I was wrong about Garnacho. I was one of those guys. Yeah, I didn't want him either, but yeah, thank goodness I realized that I wasn't doing the right thing and changed course. You guys know, yeah, that's his business. Big up to you too, Mike and New. Nice to see you. Where it says we all know Gil and started Newcastle against Newcastle, yet Maresca rudely took him off at halftime. Joao Pedro, Guy must feel disrespected, yet all the limelight is on Garnacho doing what against championship side. Wow. Then
bad
if we
enough.
lost, you'd be one of the first to come talk about how we lost to a championship side. But
That
it's
was a good
okay.
decision. He was horrible, Q,
Yeah.
in the first half.
Garnacho is a big game player, but Bomel's arrival is enough to push him out of the club. I think we started hearing about his departure even before before United started to go for Mbome. Or how'd you pronounce it again? Mbume. I don't care.
Mbemo. Mbemo.
Mbome.
Mbeumo.
You know what? To heck with his name. But
Yeah,
you
you butchered his name. And
Yeah,
then
I
you,
did,
you, you
and I sincerely do apologize. The Cameroonian, right? He's Cameroonian, right? Is he?
Coach, look
Yep,
who's talking about
correct.
butchering name, Tobago.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's a
no, you know what, Jay? He was calling me out that I butchered Nico Slaughterberg his name. Now he butchered Mbemo's name.
Scatterback. Yeah,
Was
we
it
now we
right?
know it's
Was it right
Scatterback.
this time, Dante? Was he right?
But let's clarify something here. Garnacho to Chelsea talks existed thousands of years before United actually decided to go for, what's his first name?
Brian.
Brian Mbeumo. Before they started to go for him, yeah, we actually were in talks with United. weren't we?
Yeah, he was always leaving Amarim. He's not going to
Yeah.
play under Amarim. Yeah.
So I'm not sure about where you got that the arrival of Brian and Bowman pushed him out of the door. No, he's had issues with he had issues already with Amorim. You could argue to some extent. I think at some point Amorim said something publicly about him, right? Said he's asked him
Yeah.
to look for another club, something to
Well,
that
system
effect.
as well. System as well
Yeah,
doesn't help
exactly.
him either.
Yeah. So, but yeah, but you're entitled to your opinion, really, and I'm entitled to mine. But yeah, what else do we have here? Yeah, Kuchila is already is already waffling. Okay, let's see. What else do we have? Question you asking? Anyway, let's see. Remember, guys, we got him over Simmons. Who's Simmons? I am glad we got Garnacho. Here's the thing. I'm gonna say this. I'll put my hand up. Say I didn't want him. Probably was blindly following the campaign at the time and didn't pay attention to what I was doing. But that's by the way. But I did come around even before it became clear that he's definitely coming to Chelsea. I believe Enzo Fernandez has a lot to do with the change in Garnacho. He is his national team captain and friend. Also, can only be a good influence. We also see Enzo's dedication. Is Enzo currently the Argentine national team captain?
No. I think he just
No,
means
I
like
think
Chelsea's vice cap or captain when he played.
I don't think neither he's captain and nor they are really,
He's not even close
gathered at
in the
Argentina
pecking
camp.
No,
I
order.
no. For
think
Chelsea,
Garnacho
he's
is not
talking about
called up for Argentina.
Okay. But I
talking for
think his
Chelsea, guys.
influence in the Chelsea dressing room makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
We've never finished off any game at halftime when starting Garnacho. He needs 5 chances to convert to. We don't look ruthless when Estevao isn't favored. It's not about favoring Estevao. It's about integrating him the proper way, not overdo it, put him under immense pressure, and then end up, you could say, doing something, doing something you could argue that could lead to him struggling. We've seen something he did, even with the way the manager has managed his integration. You've seen him do something on the pitch that, yeah, did remind us all, yeah, he's a kid.
When he came on, yeah, as a substitution the last
Yeah,
game.
exactly. So he's a kid. I think we're managing it well. We don't want to make a mistake, and I give the manager credit for that. I can't lie, Joao Pedro contributed well to the goals he did. I give him that. You could say my criticism of him wasn't just from yesterday. Honestly, I've screamed up at my. I'm so loud because of how much you could say he dwells on the ball, and sometimes how he doesn't look to find his teammates. But I think those
Coach,
things eventually would change.
Coach, maybe I was just a little harsh on Joao Pedro. Yes, he was good. He was like he had some role in the goals that we scored, but that game could have finished early if he was more aware of his surrounding. That's all I'm saying. And it was Cardiff. Any other day, if there was any other club, this could have turned or gone, in a different way. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, the question I want to ask you, Wira, is that he made it clear that he wants to leave United, and the only place he wants to go at the time, Chelsea. Why would other club waste their time? Other clubs were interested. I don't know. Dante, you can add to this.
Yeah, look, he made it pretty clear that Chelsea is his preferred destination, so he held out for us. So
And
yeah,
other
look,
clubs, even Bayern, were interested.
there was other clubs involved after him. There was plenty.
Bayern
I mean,
was one of the clubs that were interested in
there was a lot
signing.
of Italian teams, but of course, because they wanted to pay a bit less, but there's still a lot of clubs were interested. But look, we got a good deal. I mean, for a player like that, I think it's a fair deal. So we got a good deal. But he wanted Chelsea as number one preference. He basically pretty much almost said that cryptically, not straight because he can't, but he pretty much did say that. So
Dante,
yeah,
Dante, would you agree if I say that he's one of those players who wants the backing or confidence from the club or the hierarchy. And Chelsea were pretty much confident on him. They were pushing for him. They were briefing him again and again. And I think that gave him the confidence that these guys believe in me. And hence he chose us.
Yeah,
I
that's part of
agree.
it. But he was going to leave anyway, Jay. It doesn't. If it wasn't us, he was going to leave anyway.
But do you
So
understand where Jay's coming from? They
yeah,
made
yeah.
him
But
feel
that's what you.
important. And you could
Of
argue
course,
it's the same for every
yes.
player. When you make a
Every
player
player is
feel
like that,
important,
coach.
they'll give you their best. Go ahead.
Every player is like that, exactly. Look, Enzo Fernandez had a lot to do with it. Trust me. I mean, he's even said that in an interview he did recently. So he was talking to him, telling him about everything. So Enzo Fernandez had a big part in that to play as well. Because once you got an intermediary to someone in the middle that can talk, well, that makes a massive difference. And like Jay said, he looks up someone, so not Jay in the chat, I think it was Chelsea Ultras, he really looks up to Enzo Fernandez. Yeah, they've spent time off season as well. So he does look up to him very much and respects him a lot. So yes, that really helped us as well. Of course, that we wanted him and he was wanted, but let's not forget we made him wait till the end of the transfer window. He
And he
waited for us
waited,
all the
yeah.
way,
And the
all the
other
way to the
one,
last.
Tottenham called, he answered.
Yeah, so that tells you a lot. So yeah, look, it is what it is, but I think it was the right call. You can't pass up a guy like that, if he's available. And let's not forget the age was very helpful as well. He didn't go on the main list because of that as well.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see. Joao Pedro is a top tier second striker. I agree. He's not your stereotypical number 9. If anything, hybrid. Even
Oh,
when you
and he's a homegrown player, coach. Sorry, he counts
sorry.
as a homegrown player as well.
Yeah. That counts too. Yeah, that's another advantage for us. Yeah, he counts as homegrown player. So yeah, helps us with the quota, managing the quota, right?
Yeah, big time. That's pretty
Yeah.
important these days. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joao Pedro, top tier second striker. Even when you deploy him as a 10, he operates as a second striker, but you have to use that time to, you can say, help people understand sometimes. JP is not that guy. Maybe we let him play on the left to find rhythm. His thing, I think one thing I like about your comment is that he still have found that rhythm. You can say that we see that will help us, you can say, see him perform at the highest level, because I think there's a lot more that he can offer. So my concern has always been, is the system the problem or is it him? But I'll wait until Cole Palmer comes back. I think, like Dante said, he makes everybody better.
Well,
Uh,
you've got your proof there, basically, coach. At the Club World Cup, you guys are holding him to that standard. Well, that Palmer, he was the reason he was that standard because of him and Palmer's connection. So, yep, that's a big one, obviously.
that was special, really. It was a special connection. But we'll see. Used to play on the left wing. His time at Watford in the Championship and in the Premier League. I don't want him to miss out the World Cup, but I'm concerned he could. He might end up not going to the World Cup. Cardiff are a League One side, and they made Joao Pedro almost anonymous. And we see it game in, game out. He's lazy around the pitch, decisive on the ball, and really doesn't undecisive. I'm guessing. Because the line break there caused a problem for me, and really doesn't look interested.
Come
Wow,
on, guys. You can't say he's lazy.
that's deep.
He presses so hard. He runs after
He
everything. How
presses
is he a
very well,
lazy
the
player?
best he can. Yeah, I wouldn't say lazy. I mean, you can say I have other things that have led to me being concerned, but I think I'm holding on to hope that the moment Cole Palmer uh, is fully fit, once Cole Palmer becomes fully fit, I will see a different Joao Pedro. Joao Pedro in the same sentence. Wow, out of form Brazilian comes off the bench to replace Guy, but they're still concerned. You're confusing me with your comment this one, Weird. I'm not sure which one to believe. Down Pedro hold up, play off the ball, blah blah blah. Just call him Firmino 2.0. We know he's not a traditional number 9. Proven by his lack of testing the keeper after taking Gui's place. I'm even more concerned about Gui's, you can say, on the ball. And I've talked about that before. I'm going to scroll to the very bottom. Let's see if anything new have emerged that will address. Sorry, as much as I like to interact with you, I just cannot get everything you have in the chat. And Shay Wendy, nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well, and I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation. My sister, you sent me a message. I sent a response, and I had a response to you, and I haven't heard from you. Yeah, so I was waiting for you to get back to me that day that you sent me that important message, but I didn't hear anything from you. But that's, by the way, anything new? Has anything new emerged? But Santos was brilliant yesterday. Caicedo, his presence made a huge difference. Also, I have to say. But Badia Chile, I'm concerned. The half-baked passes. I don't know whether I'm not sure how else to see it, but I think I did explain that to you the other day, Dante. What we call hospital passes in Nigeria. If he passes the ball to you, you have to do a lot to get to the ball. Otherwise, an opposition player can cut it off, can intercept.
Yeah, look, he wasn't that good, but the movement was not very good in that first forward. So I mean, there wasn't much happening. Like you said, Caicedo looked really good again, which was after his last game where he looked like just a bit average, but back to himself. This game he looked really good again. Yeah, those passing from Achampong and from Bariashil and from
Looks like, yeah, we lost Dante, but it looks like he's back again. We've lost him. Tabo, anything else you want to say? I want to go search if anything new emerged. Otherwise, we'll be calling it a day soon. Wake up the
sorry, cut
boys.
out, coach.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, we lost you. But go ahead. What were you saying?
Yeah, just about Bariashil and Achapong, and a lot of the players from the back, the passing was not very good, but then the movement was not very good for them either. So yeah, it wasn't a good day for the passing. Only Caicedo, he did well. He looked really good again, and Santos did pretty good as well, passing the ball around, moving around. But there wasn't too much happening in that first half going forward at all. So the movement was pretty bad from those players. Definitely, not knowing each other's runs and patterns, that didn't help. So yeah, definitely we'll have to give him a little bit of pass because he can pass the ball really well. So hopefully that was just most of them didn't have a good game. Improved a bit in the second half. Yeah.
Yeah, something that you mentioned, I think I didn't pay attention to that until you said it. He's that sort of player. If he's on the pitch, he works. He needs you. You could say, just get him involved.
Movement.
Yeah, get him involved. Ensure that you keep him involved in the game, and you get the best out of him. Yeah, and I like the way he likes to keep it as simple as possible, but at the same time, helping his team control it. Control the game. I do like him as a player, and eventually I think he'd become a regular under Enzo Maresca. And I like the fact that, yeah, from what I've seen so far, you could argue he's a very patient kid, humble, and willing to learn. Not in a hurry, really. Just like some of the ones we've seen. After you could say if they miss out in a single game, they start asking to leave. Unfortunately.
Yeah, well, they'll have a tough decision at the end of the season what to do about that. That's when we'll find out more because, like I said, that area needs a bit of a shake-up. Maybe, like I said, a couple need to leave. Maybe someone comes in. If someone does come in, then depends what Josh, does he want to stay and still, play every now and then, or does he want to go on loan and play somewhere every week? So to be continued that one. We'll see what happens.
I think by the time we get to next season, I think Josh will become a regular.
I'm not so sure.
I could be wrong, but go ahead with what you were saying.
Yeah, no, I don't think he will become a regular. No, I don't think. I think he'll just get games here and there. I just don't see him starting over if Fafana's fit, Chalobah.
I mean, we still have a lot of games to play, and the farther we go into those competitions, the more, yeah.
But you mean regular as a starter you're talking about?
Yeah, you can say at least the rotating. Then you'll be certain that if he doesn't play this game, that he's definitely playing the next one.
I don't think so. Not yet. Maybe not.
Why don't you
He
think so?
has to really improve a lot for that to happen, as in consistency wise. Again, yesterday wasn't a good showing, in my opinion. He had a chance to just make. Last time he played as
It
well,
was a tough start, man. Give the ball
it was a
a
tough
lot.
start. I'll
Yeah.
give him a bit the pass because, like I said, the movement wasn't very good ahead of him. But it wasn't the movement the problem. It was his dribbling again the problem. Him moving the ball forward and losing it. That's the problem. So that really was him more than anything. The previous game, like I said, the goal was his kind of man as well. So he had a with the goal as well when he did play the previous game. So there's still a lot to learn there. Yes, he needs to play all the cup games and all those games he has to play. Yes, 100%. But I don't know if he's going to play. He's going to be a regular. I don't see that happening this season, to be honest. Maybe next season if he improves and it keeps developing, maybe. But I don't see it this season.
Go
No,
ahead and tell. Go ahead and tell. I'll come back in a few seconds.
no problem. Go, coach. Yeah, Jay, if you have anything to add to that.
No, I think I agree with you. Anyways, the center back position uh, uh, is not, they don't have the scope of rotation or, changes. I think the two main center backs do continue to start the main tournaments, and throughout in those positions, you don't see changes until and unless there are injuries to it. So Josh is an integral part of the squad and will be, I think, very crucial moving forward. But I don't see him starting in the centre back position or even in the full back. There is Reece James and Gusto. So, but he will get enough chances. Saying that he will get enough chances, there won't be the issue that he is getting fed up with not getting the chances. I still think that Bereshil and Tosin are counting days at Chelsea. I think
Yep.
their time must be over somewhere. I don't know next
And
season.
Disasi.
One of them for sure will be gone next season.
Yeah, and decisive definitely.
Dishacio is already gone. I don't even count him. But yeah, I think we will get two more centre backs, the guys on loan, and I think that will simultaneously see us to departure.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, Tobago, if you want to add anything to that as well.
You sure Tabella is still there?
He's unmuted again, but who knows? He's probably talking on the phone again. Go on, coach.
No, he's not muted. Yeah, he's on. It doesn't. Yeah.
Yep, there he goes.
Do,
He's gone
do
now.
you guys do you guys take any consideration or concerns over the Moises Caicedo yellow card? I personally was really frustrated by it, and even I
Yeah,
was
not very
thinking
smart.
afterwards
No,
as well. Yeah, I think
that's
Reece
one of the
James is
disappointing part of his
developing.
game yesterday, getting that stupid yellow
Yes,
card. But
exactly. He
yeah,
was really good, and that was
Clapping
something that
for the
really pissed me
referee.
off.
He
No, I
clapped,
think,
right?
yeah, first of all, he was not involved in that at all. It was a challenge made on Hato, and
yeah, it's not
the
his. Yeah,
challenge was rightly called by the referee. That was a
Can you hear
foul.
me now?
There was no sense for him to do that. He take the unnecessary yellow, and now in the semi-final, which we will play probably against a bigger side, could be Arsenal, City, or Newcastle, and all three of them are tough, and we won't have him on the first leg. So that's a big loss as well. As a captain, that was so unnecessary and silly. And I want to repeat it again and again that leadership is required. Reece James has made himself into that role. I think Enzo and Caicedo needs to learn. They are the senior among these people, but these are the time and these are the little things that they need to improve. There are other players as well, Cucurella. They do silly things which are really not necessary at all.
Unfortunately, yeah, that was. I'm not sure what he was thinking when he did that. Honestly,
well, he was
but
thinking that he's got a bit of respect from the referee and he's got points in the bag, but obviously that wasn't the case.
points how? Can you explain?
Well, as you become as you're more experienced, more and you're a better player and better player, you do get a lot of calls your way and stuff like that. Referees overlook those things and do not give you yellow cards, etc., because they know the player you are. So that's what I mean by that.
And he was the captain.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think he got to him a bit. I think he thought he can get away with it, no problem. But obviously, that referee didn't agree. So yeah, I think that's why he did that. To be honest.
All right. If you have any questions, we'll be rounding off in about 10 minutes. Yeah, put it in the live chat session and we'll try to address it. And you know the rules. Do not ask any difficult questions, otherwise, with present, we cannot see it. Let's see what else we have here. Says, Coachella, thank God Raheem Sterling isn't playing for Chelsea. This guy is trash. He stinks. Okay. Let's see. Napoli wanted Garnacho. Garnacho only green lighted a move to us because Napoli backed out of the interest. You're really trying to convince yourself that no other club wanted him and we wanted him, and he had to, you could say he was pushed out of United because they signed him Bowman.
Yeah, that's
Brian
so not true.
Bowman.
So
I
not
don't
true
think
at
so.
all.
Go
It
ahead,
was
Jay.
Garnacho's persistence for Chelsea that made those clubs, lose the
Yeah,
interest.
you still not. You can say, I'm not sure. You're trying to prove that he's an excellent. He's a very very good player, a big game player at that. Actually, he's not a very intelligent player, and I'm gonna say this: had we been more clinical in front of goal since he joined us, I think he'd have a lot more assist numbers than he has right now. And I'm not just throwing that at you out of my wazoo. Go check it out. Honestly. Wheeler says, I'm just saying Napoli didn't want to gamble on him and pay up. No, because he said there was other listen, let's be clear here. Other clubs had no chance. Yeah, and his agent told him not to waste time deciding his next club with the World Cup on the horizon. Okay, if that's what you believe was the case at the time, you go ahead and run with it. Bonanote out, Enzo Fernandez out. Bring me Kobe as soon as possible. Do I think we'd sign Kobe Minor? It looks like a Chelsea thing to do. But he played their last game. Maybe he starts playing again. Maybe some pressure. They put him. You can say some from some. You can say former players speaking about my new publicly. Maybe that's starting to put some measure of pressure on Amorim, and yeah, he wants to start giving him a chance again. And probably because the kid is good. You could say he will offer a lot to them. I'm not a fan of Uncle Tosin, but he did well yesterday. I'm not a fan of Jorgensson. He did well too. You could argue because we have a solid 2-6-6 that protected them very well. Usually, when that's the case, opposition don't get the opportunity to stress them a lot. You don't know
Yeah, but they
that.
did their job. They
Yeah,
did their job yesterday, and that's the only thing you can ask for those type of players. They did their job.
which who did their job?
Jorgensen and Tossen.
Yeah, they did well, but let me ask you this: having two solid sixes that are able to protect a defensive
Of
line
course,
better, that reduces the pressure on the
of
defenders.
course, coach. But they still had to defend, and they still held Cardiff pretty well back. They didn't have
And in
great.
terms of line breaking passes, I think Tosin did very well too.
He did the passing was. He's always got that good passing, so that's part of his game. That's
But
not
of
you know
late, he's misplaced quite a few.
exactly. So that he looked back to normal yesterday. Like I said, a couple of weeks after he came back, he didn't look good. He looked a good again himself yesterday. So don't be surprised. You will see Tosin more this season. He will play more. Maresca will put him in there for games like
I
this. And
hope I like him. Yeah, you know why I like him. He's usually calm under pressure.
correct. Yes, the cool head.
Yeah, the cool head. Yeah, we when we needed him, you could say leadership. He's not the most vocal, but he led by example. He led by, you could say, calming things down, last ditch tackles. In all honesty, I'm gonna say this again. I've said it 1,000 times. He's, you can say, our best box defender on his day.
Yeah,
Uh,
aerially. Yep, definitely.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, I'm just not sure what happened after, you could say, the long stay on the sidelines.
Yeah, just want to add, Jorgenson's long ball playing ability is so crap. Only when you see, the difference between him and Sanchez, you realize he's not good. I rarely saw a ball that he placed right and every ball was intercepted by the opponent. So he's not that good
Jay, did you
on the
watch the game
ball for
properly
me.
yesterday?
Too bad, I think, too critically.
He did very well those balls over the top. What do you mean? He gave him all the way. He went to Hato to all those players. He pretty much perfect all his balls, most of them.
No, I disagree, Dante. I disagree.
Thanks for
I'm
Jorgensson
conceding.
long balls were horrible last night.
Yeah, I mean that's down to the
I think we should talk in
the
the
players
group chat.
receiving it, but he
We
was
all
right
were
at.
definitely watching some other game.
No, I thought his long balls were good. I think
Look,
he hit
he
them in the
did
right
good, but
position.
I
He got
didn't
to hit
pay
them.
attention. Okay, let's see. He played 90 minutes, 4 saves, one goal conceded. Expected XG face 1.10. Okay. Goals prevented 0.10. Accurate passes 27 out of 46, 59%. Accurate long balls, that's poor. 8 out of
Yeah.
26.
Say again, Dante.
He's usually good on the ball. That's
That
why
Yeah,
I was.
listen to what I
short
say.
passes is good,
Listen to what I
but long
say.
balls. Oh my
Listen to
gosh.
what I'm saying.
Go
These
ahead.
long balls were always they're on target. They're all there. It doesn't count if the ball doesn't touch the player. It doesn't count. But they were where they were supposed to be. It doesn't count as a
My
stat.
God, he's some
Nah,
advocate.
nah, Dante.
Wow. You're a liar, man.
What do you mean? He played so many nice balls over the top, over the defenders, straight
I'm
to
just
our
going to go
offensive
with the
players.
numbers.
It was high volume, yes, but he did very well with those passes. They were all weighted well. They were put well. Some of our wingers, we don't have wingers that can hold it up. When Joao Pedro came on, and for Garnacho, that was a bit different. But I thought he did it very well
I'm
with the long
sticking with
ball.
numbers. But yes, I'd take him in terms of ball playing ability. I'd take him over Sanchez anytime, any day, even after that. What the numbers tell us right now, I know he's excellent on the ball on his day.
I have a question. I have a question related to it.
Mhm.
Are you guys playing him in the semis and final now, or I think it's done for him now?
I think the manager Maresca will play him, and
He'll
I'll
play,
tell you
yeah.
why. He did that
Exactly.
during the conference league. A lot of people thought that definitely Sanchez is starting that final.
That's my worry. That's why I asked, because that's my worry. He will
Yeah, he will
play
play him,
him.
and I think playing. I think it looks like just the man. I think playing him will. I think would be better off playing him if in the semifinals he would do good, and probably he will
It
have a
depends because
stronger.
the
Will
opponent
have a
will be
stronger
one of.
11 on the pitch. Sorry.
It will depend because the opponent will be one of Arsenal, City, or Newcastle, who will make his life hell.
Let me hear what Dante has to say about that. I think if Maresca gets concerned that the opponent will try to exploit his, you could say, lack of good numbers in terms of high claims, he might change things around, or maybe. But Maresca, he's a good manager and wouldn't want to do anything that will lead to his confidence taking a hit because he's already, in my opinion, I'd say, he's had confidence issues. But let's hear what Dante has to say about that.
Yeah, I think he'll stick with him as well throughout the tournament. It just depends where we are in the season. If we get past the semi-final, maybe the final, and just depends what else is happening in the season, where we're in the FA Cup, where we're in the league, where we're in the Champions League. So yeah, look, that's why you have a number 2 to play those games. Usually, yeah. Sometimes when you get to the final, that can change because the team usually changes as well to a much better usually team. It's over 2 legs the semi-final, so that's why he'll probably still play that one. So yeah, look, I don't think he changed him. We had teams when we played in the Conference League that went long, tried to exploit that, and he made a couple of mistakes, but he learned very quickly. He was punching the ball out instead of trying to grab it, which made a big difference. So they adjusted that for some of those teams that tried that, and then he was okay punching the ball. He didn't try to grab it anymore. So I think
He
if
did
he
one yesterday
stays,
that he punched, and he worked.
yeah, and he works. I mean, look, if you're not tall enough, or you're not Robert Sanchez, 6 foot, nearly 7 like Sanchez is. He's not that height, so and you haven't got those long arms. Well, that's not your strength. the next big things, you can still get to the ball, but you just got to punch it. And that, if you punch it far enough, that works most of the time. So a lot of keepers do that. A lot of really good keepers do that. A lot of top keepers do that are not that tall. They always done that. So, yeah, look, I think he'll have to trust him to play. It just depends, like I said, where we are in the season, what's happening in the other ones. That might, change it, the final maybe, but I still think he'll probably stick with him. At least in the Carabao Cup, probably stick with him most likely. Yeah.
And that brings us to your point of why you were certain players will start, irrespective of whether it means the manager will make a lot of changes, because you want them to be ready when you need them, because you never know. Something could happen tomorrow to Sanchez, and
Exactly.
if it's not ready to play, then we would be in a much worse situation. So it makes sense, just like he did. I actually thought at the time that he'd bench him, but he didn't. He played the Conference League final. He's a good goalkeeper. He struggled
He's
with
too good to.
confidence of
He's not
late.
that bad that
Yeah.
you can, he proved in the Conference League. All right, people saying it's a Conference League, but he was very good throughout the whole tournament there. Basically, the best keeper in it.
Especially in that final, that had it not been for his brilliance between the sticks, we could have finished that half, for the first half of that game against Betis, 3 goals down.
Yeah, so when the pressure was highest, he actually did well in that game as well. So look, I think he's got points in the bag again. The points, I think the coach, will trust him because of that. Look, it's up to the manager. If he works out, it works out. If he doesn't, it doesn't. Like I said, it just depends where we are in the other competitions. If we're out of the FA Cup, if we're out of the Champions League, well then, you're in the final of the Carabao Cup. Well then maybe, yes, you change it. But otherwise, I don't see that him changing. It will probably be very similar in the FA Cup when we play Charlton soon.
Yeah.
You'll see quite a lot of wholesale changes again, most likely, and he'll probably play in those games too.
Yeah. It's a Jorgensson from his days at Villarreal. He's clearly more calm on the ball than Sanchez. If Carabao Cup final Jorgensson bench, then that's a sign for him to leave. He's already pushing to leave, we've heard. Tosin looking normal again against the championship side. Okay, bring back Thiago Silva. I've explained the reason why I don't want that, but yeah, if they're gonna bring him up, you say in some capacity, but not necessarily a player for you. But you get my argument. Romeo Lavia is a version of Yaya Toure. Not close. They have something in common: the ability to beat the press. Yaya will get you a lot of goals. Plus, they're not the same.
Very
It says
different,
there,
yeah.
I think you need to take Sanchez displays against PSG in that final out of your head. Would you really trust him to play another European Cup final? Absolutely. He's been
That's
excellent
nonsense.
since the start of the season. Since mid-season, actually. He's not been
Exactly.
perfect, but yeah, I'd take him anytime, any day. I'd take him even over Raya.
It's not
I've
that
started
final.
to
He
trust
has been
him.
the second.
Go ahead.
It's not that final only. He has been the second best keeper in the league. That's also a reasoning for me that he should start. It's not only the.
And we've kept the most
final.
clean sheets.
Yes.
In the competition, so that tells you a lot. All right, I don't know. You want Tabejo? You have anything else to say? Give me 1 second here. Ibro again, say Jay and Tabejo. Don't fall for Dante take. Jorgensson was crap. Dante stated Jorgensson would displace Sanchez quickly when he was signed. I thought I was one of those saying
No,
that he
that's
would.
not what I said.
But I said he would. I said he's
You
capable.
did, yeah.
I said he would. He'd eventually. I said I'm not going to deny it, that he'd eventually become our number one because he's better on the ball. That's more importantly the point I was making at the time. But
Yeah.
gradually, I'm not the one. I like being objective. I realize right now, unless he doesn't even have a chance, it would take a lot for him to be able to displace Sanchez.
I agree with
I
you,
agree
Coach,
with Dante. His distribution were good. Oh my goodness. I don't like you anymore, but go ahead, Dante.
I was gonna say, please don't skip Shay's message there.
Are you happy? Go ahead, Dante. Just give
Just
me
to
one
answer that
minute. I'll
one,
be back.
yes, I think me and Coach, we both thought that because of his look, Jorgensen was brought in under Maresca for Maresca, and I think Maresca had a big say in Jorgensen coming in because he was one of the best ball playing goalkeepers at that time. In La Liga, he was probably one of the up and coming in the world as in ball playing. So because of that reason, and let's not forget, Sanchez was being mistake after mistake. He was looking like he was on the way out. So, yes, I agreed with Coachella. I said, I think he'll probably take over Sanchez if he continues this way. He's definitely going to be taking over Sanchez's role because Maresca likes the way he plays with his feet. But Sanchez, of course, corrected that. And like Coach said, probably the last 15 games of the season up until now, well, you can't deny him. You got to give him his flowers. He's done extremely well. He's much better with ball playing, but everything else, well, we already had the shot stopping, but everything else went up to another level as well. So yes, he deserves his flowers, Sanchez, 100%. And yeah, I did think he might, by the end of the season, he might displace him if he continues that way. I mean, I think that was a fair assumption. I think all of us, I don't think there's a person here that probably, said Sanchez is going to be that good and, be this consistent and be one of the, top goalkeepers, like Jay said, in the Premier League, probably in the world, one of the top goalkeepers, to be honest, top 10 probably. So we got to give him his flowers. He's earned it. What do you think, Jay?
Look. I think he has been good. He's been decent. He was really good whenever he was given the chance last year. This year, I think there were some shaky performances. He was not calm on the ball, and I think his passes or something related to him were the reason that we considered the goal, and that is when he came under the spotlight, and a lot of fans, and including me, were against him starting in the bigger nights. So
Because he was
yeah,
doing it like every
other
few
than that, he
games. He
has
was
been
making
good.
mistakes. Yeah.
Sorry?
He was doing it like every second game, big mistakes.
Yeah, that is why it all changed. Other than that, he was good, especially the Conference League final. He was good. I think he had that positive
Oh, you're talking
atmosphere
about
around him.
Jorgensen or Sanchez? Sorry.
I'm talking about Jorgensen. Sanchez has
Oh
been
no,
good,
Jorgensen was
obviously.
very good with the ball all season last season. He didn't make one mistake with the feet. He just that Aston Villa game when he filled in for Sanchez when he got injured, he made
I
that
can't
mistake.
remember. I think it's this season where he made was it Lincoln? I don't know. He just looked a little bit shaky and
Yeah.
missing the
And
balls.
this season he misplaced the pass pretty bad, which was like you said, it wasn't like him those couple of games he started. He looked really not interested, basically. So
Here's what
Yeah.
I've
yeah,
noticed about Jorgensen. Um, whenever he comes on in place of Sanchez, that's when you see him struggle.
yeah. But then after that, he plays again. He's good. So it's just that,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
confidence thing. Yeah.
which means you could say because he's a kid, you could argue, but I'm not giving up on him because goalkeepers, we've heard 1,000 times, a billion times, they age like fine wine. The older they get, the better they become. Um, but he was a lot better younger. He was a lot better for Villarreal before he joined us. There are a lot of qualities that I saw in him. I liked his fearless, can put in his body to stop the ball from
Yeah.
going into
Yeah.
the back of the net and all that. Doesn't fear, you could say, going for it. But a lot. I'm not sure what happened of late, but we'll see. It's a
Yeah, and his shot
confidence
stopping.
thing.
Remember when we did the comparison? He was in
He was
comparison to
good,
Sanchez.
yeah,
The shot stopping.
yeah.
It
He
was
was
same,
good.
exactly the same, basically. Yeah. So I mean, that's
I
why we
still
said with the ball playing and to be stopping like that, he's going to probably take eventually Sanchez's spot if that continues. But Sanchez stepped up, and that changed, obviously.
I still think that starting him in the semifinals would not be smart. I think you should always play your better keeper, the one who's starting in the Champions League and the
But
Premier League. You
he
should
was
play him
start.
in the semifinals and the finals. I think that has been the tradition that is
Yeah,
going on for a
I
bit.
think he will start. But we'll see what
Yeah,
happens.
and especially I think it's a factor that I think the coaches or the manager wants to, don't want to disturb or make the players happy by not, discontinuing them uh, in a tournament where they have started from the beginning. But this is a player who already wants to, leave or he's trying to leave. So why? do we want to, make him happy or anything? I think we should start Sanchez in the semis and final.
Let's see what the manager does. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
But Coachella Emera is going to need both JP and Kopama, our wingers, and deadly enough. I think we have good enough wingers. And don't forget, Garnacho is one of the quickest players in the Premier League. And he's good at putting in delicious crosses in the box with intent. Garnacho is not the sort of player that just puts the ball inside the box for and then expect his teammates to get at the end of it. Gittins also eventually will prove to a lot of people that he's also good at it. But Gittins is more of a goal scorer than a creator. But as I've told people, eventually we'll see balance of both from him because Maresca is going to change that. As a winger, Maresca wants you to create a lot more than score. Let's see. Don't fall for the. No, Dante is my guy. So yeah, I want by the time that stuff he sent me is done. He sent me another one, so I don't want to fight him because it's been excellent. Conference League final, Betis didn't constantly test him after we equalized. He was almost not needed since then. Or am I wrong? To some extent, you're wrong. To some extent, you're right. We the moment we started dominating the game, it was like that till the 90th minute. But we, as I've said, we could have finished the half 3 goals down had it not been for his brilliance between the sticks. So that's huge, irrespective of whether you believe they didn't test him or not. But they had good enough chances. One I thought was actually headed into the back of the net from the 90th angle. We call it like that in Nigeria, but he reached it. To my utmost surprise on the day, I thought that was it. That was 2-0, but he reached it. He was brilliant on the day, in my opinion.
And the ball playing as well.
Yeah, and the ball playing too, he was good. Yeah,
they couldn't get to him. They couldn't get the ball off him.
Which player would you compare? Yeah, they couldn't. That's the truth because he doesn't panic under pressure. Which player would you compare to Dario Isugo? And I said the closest is Moises Caicedo, but Caicedo, of course, more experience. And Dario Isugo needs more polishing. Which will
probably
come
Dario Isugo, probably.
Yeah. So right now, just compare Dario Isugo to Dario Isugo. It's really that simple. I think with that, people, apologies if I skipped some of the comments you have there. Yeah, I think I'm pushing the envelope, pushing my luck right now. I don't want to get into trouble with my wife. But that's by the way.
She's staring at you from the door, Coach. She's staring at you from behind the door. If you open the door, she's there.
She's on call today. Not going to be home. But the thing, if the boys go to school late, we get an email.
Coach.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. You can't get away with it.
Guys.
Yes.
I have one final and interesting question to. I think we can end.
Go ahead. We can address it.
Let's assume that all the possible quarterfinal results happen, and the semi-finalists would be Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City, and Newcastle. Who would you want, preferably, as your semi-finalist? And don't mistake Newcastle as the easy one here, because St James's Park will be hard.
No. They're not. Mention the names again.
Bother me. Yeah.
City, Arsenal, Newcastle.
I say Arsenal. I think we can beat them. Then if we meet City in the final, I say we're definitely beating them.
I say City.
Before the final? Okay.
I say City. It's one team we haven't. I want us to beat. We haven't really beaten.
I see it that way too. But I want that you could say deciding fight to be in the final.
That would be good.
The semi-finals.
I would also say City, because I think it will be an open game and that will suit us. Although there is an argument for Arsenal as well, because we how we can play against them, and they are missing quite of their players, although they might be back at that time. But it's an interesting one because it's a very hard choice.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
fine.
let's see what
Either
happens.
team's fine. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter. All of them are good. You got to beat them to win it. So, got to beat two of those to win it anyway. So, I would, I'd like to see probably Man City just over 2 legs. That would be very interesting. The way it's coached, the tactics, that would be probably
Yeah.
interesting in that sense. Arsenal, no, I don't want to see Arsenal over 2 legs. Are you kidding me? It's gonna be no, it's defensive. No, I don't want to see quite that.
But the finals doesn't come the day after.
No, that's when it's a long time away. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't mind. I wouldn't mind Arsenal. I want us to get them now, and irrespective of whether they have their best players back or not, I think Maresca coached him on that day. And had it not been for that, again, the fact that we had to play 50 minutes plus,
I'm
Yeah.
not sure
With
why
the
the
man
men's
down.
semi-finals 2 legs. I don't know if I like that. That's just one extra
Yeah, that's a
unnecessary
weird one,
game.
especially for Carabao Cup.
Like, why? Like, what's the point of that? Obviously money, but I mean, like, that's just an extra game for those teams, the good teams especially. That's an extra game you might not really want because all the build up of other games. So I'm not sure why that's 2 legs, to be honest. It's a bit weird for a Carabao Cup.
Yeah,
All
but it
right.
will be interesting. But we don't have to wait. I think it is scheduled tonight. The draw. We will know by the end of the
All right.
day.
No, wrap it up, coach.
All right. Thank you so much to all of you for finding the time to join the conversation today. It's been an excellent discussion, free form, you could say. But yeah, thank you to the captain of the community, Constantine Dunn. Thank you for joining. And Jay, thank you for joining. Tabejo was also here. And we have Makim wanting everybody out. But Makim, nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. Thank you once again. Thank you for finding time to join the conversation. And my bro, Mabast05. Who else was here? Chelsea Archer was also here. And IB, Ibro Danwana. Yeah, KK, he was here. And to the rest of you, if I missed your name, apologies, I'm only human. See you guys next time. God bless us all and cheers.
Chelsea fans, we won't stop believing. No knock. With every chant and roar, we rise for the fight. The blue flag in the air, let it fly with pride. We're gonna show the world all hearts open wide. From Stamford Bridge to our voices to the light. We love for the team stand strong by our side.
Every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the skies. And if a cup was set for Europe does, and then with a love this storm, every foe's just to there, and there was a strife. You, my heart, keep the blue flame inside like a soar. Through every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea spirit